Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it might be in your neck of the world. But boom, boom, kaboom, it's Newf Nukem in the room with this special presentation, the Game Awards 2025 nomination special. Yes, they're going live here, as you can see by the countdown, in just a few moments. But I've got a fantastic lineup of characters with me today to just talk about some of the nominees, what we think this show is going to roll out like, and perhaps give our opinions on some of the who we think might haul away the hardware next month. So without any further ado, let's bring in the fantastic panel I've lined up for you today. We got the one, the only, the Game Complainers, aka Perry, is in the building.
What is going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? Newf, how the hell you doing?
I am doing great, my friend. Thanks for answering the bat signal.
Anytime.
All right. And a man who is not afraid to enter the dark and take on any irritable foe. It would be the one, the only, the Resident Evil expert. Anthony is in the building.
What is up? Good to be here.
There you go, with that fantastic physical collection behind him. God bless that man. Right there. Oh, trying to keep this shit alive, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Like I said, when the apocalypse happens, we're going to be the most popular people on the planet, right?
Yeah. When the world goes up, we'll have stuff to play.
Anything that doesn't require an online requirement.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So it looks like they're live over there now. Can you guys in the chat, can you actually hear the video? I'm not sure. Let me just check it out here. Okay. Yeah. On there, I can hear him. I'm not sure if his audio is cutting out, Jeff Keighley or whatever, but yeah, I can hear it. So hopefully, just let me know how things are looking and sounding in the chat. Frank is here in the chat. We got Stevie Mac in the chat. So yeah, let me know, guys. Is everything looking good on your end if you're watching this on the YouTube? And yeah, I'm wearing my spectacles today. I didn't feel like putting in my old contact lenses. So yeah, I kind of look like a bag of shit.
What?
Rolled into a burrito. All right, so it looks like they're already started. They're getting right into this one on the best performance, guys. There you go. It looks like a few coming up for Expedition 33. Erica E. Sheever Ghost, Jennifer English, Expedition 33. Gunatsu Kato, Silent Hill. Best ongoing game stream here, Buzzmo. Man, they're really like paralleling through this right now.
I think
we'll just sit back and just take it in. They're going to barrel through like this.
I think the YouTube video is muted, I think, on your end because I can't hear anything. I don't know if the chat can either, but I think I just saw your audio is X'd out on YouTube. I think that might be why we can't hear it.
It's weird. I got it active here. I don't know why.
Like go over, the little audio speaker that's on the bottom left corner of the YouTube. Yeah, see if that is checked off or not. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It happens to be sometimes when I accidentally click it and it like mutes it.
Right. Okay. I'm probably going to get re-echoing audio here.
Yeah, whatever you got to do to, it's fine. I just wanted to point it out just so in case you could fix it.
Man,
I'm hearing myself like talking because it's obviously a big delay here.
Stevie says he hears all three of us, but not the award. Okay, well he's gonna try to fix that. No big deal. We got Stevie in the chat. We got Dizzy Delta. We got Frank.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, no, I've got everything. Everything's open. I got it all open here.
Let me go over to the video.
Wicked Hot's in the chat. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man.
There's Wicked Hot.
Willie Nyes is in the house right now. I think that is Dizzy Delta, if I'm correct. But yeah,
that's
what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't hear the audio. But yeah, we got a few minutes to fix it, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, technically we don't. We don't really need, I suppose, to hear the audio per se. So, because I mean, obviously they're putting it up the banners on the screen, so
Right.
we don't need to hear Jeff Keighley yakking. Yeah.
Just going through indie games right now. Okay.
Best community support right now. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? I'm kind of lost here because I'm trying to follow two screens. Best debut game, Blueprints, Expedition 33, Deathspelite, Dispatch, Megabunk. Best VR AR game.
The nominees are
Best VR AR game, Alien Incursion. Jesus, the guys are flying through
Jumping
this.
Flash PS5.
Maybe once the video's done, we could like pull up the site.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. Guys.
That'll be a lot
sit
easier.
Back
to
and
follow.
watch this, and we'll come back to it because these guys are
Oh,
barrel.
critical.
They go this fast. Holy shit!
They always have the best content creator section or whatever the hell.
Mhm.
When are you going to be on there?
But what's the most anticipated?
Never. they won't put so. You gotta have a minimum, probably 5 million or some shit. Oh yeah.
Grand Theft Auto's going to win. Come on.
I don't think Resident Evil is gonna win that. I mean, it's anticipated, but like GTA 6 is like that just takes everything.
It takes over. Yes.
I was gonna say, like Stevie Mac said, they're actually putting up the nominees so fucking fast right now. I don't think you matter if we hear it or not.
Honestly, yeah, that is good. I didn't know they were gonna format it like this. To be fair, I thought he was actually gonna be like, "All right, guys, we're gonna like." Keely's just like, "Let's just get the hell out of here."
It's the complete opposite of the Game Award show, where it's
I know, right?
And this is just like,
go figure. Yeah, the whole show is like almost 4 hours long. This is like 30 seconds.
Ooh, best fighting game, Mortal Kombat collection.
Interesting.
Nice.
Okay.
Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. The nominees for best action game are
Battlefield 6.
Okay.
Dark Ages, Hades 2.
Nice.
2004.
and
Josh Shinobi.
Nice. All good games, man.
I would say for that category, just for like enjoyment, I would say Battlefield 6 has my pick on that one.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
I know it's probably not going to win because the awards are going to lean somewhere else, I guess. But
EA Sports FC 26.
Innovation.
Free Paul's favorite category, accessibility. Best family game. There, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Donkey Kong. There you go. Lego Party. Oh man. Mario Kart World.
I mean, I think Mario Kart might win that one.
Might take it. That's his friend over there. The guy that curse.
Stevie Mac.
Yeah, that's very true, Stevie Mac.
Nominated for best sports racing game. EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World.
That's a sports game.
And Sonic Racing Crossword.
I guess it's still in the
I
category.
guess Mario Kart's winning that. Maybe.
That's in the best racing game. Well, I mean, it is a racing game.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how many of those copies of Mario Kart sold with the Switch.
League of Legends, baby.
Ooh, the best esports athlete.
I don't know who the hell.
It's okay because they're gonna go on a whole hour tangent about one of the content.
Can I write in John Cena?
Best esports. Yeah,
these are last Raws tonight, isn't it? Tonight.
Is it his last Raw?
I think this is his last episode of Raw. I think.
Yeah.
Who?
John Cena.
Oh yeah, tonight's his last Raw. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Garden. I don't have tickets though. Too much money.
I bet.
Best
game
direction.
direction. Oh, we know who's winning that one. Come on now.
If I was a betting man, I would say because of Keeley, I would have to say Ghost of Utah is going to win.
I would be fucking floored if it's not him. I'd be sitting here with my jaw on the floor and like, wow, like I'd be shocked. Any reason to bring Hideo up on the screen every single year?
Well, it's a tax write-off. He flies him in from Japan. They, have their way with each other, and he gets a tax write-off. We all know.
I mean, I'm not dissing Kojima. The guy's a pretty brilliant dude and stuff like that. But it's just like overkill at this point,
Yeah,
There's Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Hollow Knight Silk Song from Team
Kingdom Come. That's a surprise one in the Game of the Year. Kingdom Come Deliverance, eh?
A lot of people love that one. It was kind of like, I mean, it wasn't even a sleeper hit. It did really well. No Doom.
Wow.
No.
I played the first one, Kingdom Come. I didn't even play very much of it, maybe like 20 hours, and like it was okay, but so I'm like, and
my buddy played the second one.
I tried to get into.
Yeah, I didn't play Expedition. A couple of these I haven't played. A couple of them I have. So
share your picks on social media. There is still one more category where the nominees have yet to be revealed. Player's Voice, where fans 100% select the winner from 30 nominees. We'll announce those nominees on Monday.
Voice.
So set a reminder on the website.
We got to come back Monday now.
Live during TTA when it streams.
That's probably when they open up the voting things.
Starting with opening act at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 a.m. GMT at thegameawards.com and live across every major video and social platform out there. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you live on Thursday, December 11th to celebrate the best and see what's next in video games.
Holy shit. What was it? 10 fucking minutes. That's fast.
Yeah, he did not waste time, but the show is like 4 hours long. So
yeah, why can't the show be that
fast? All right. So there you go, guys. Sorry for the audio issues. I thought it would play clearly, and of course, when I turn on the audio, then I get the audio overlap from the delay in the feed of YouTube, right? So, but we're going to talk about this in a bit. First of all, I mean, I want to ask this question to you guys. I mean, how important really is the Game Awards in the grand scheme of things, its relevance? Because if there is one thing we do know, unlike the movie awards or the music industry, there isn't a whole lot of award shows out there. So how much weight do you put into it? How much do you think kickback or residual comes from these games, one, getting nominated and obviously to win the awards? Is it just kind of a big bragging right, or do you think that ultimately, the studios and the publishers kind of look at this show as a benchmark and go from there? Take it away, guys. Let me know what you think. Either one of you guys can jump in first.
I'll go really quick, and people are not going to like what I have to say, as usual. This is just a show just to promote holiday sales. In my opinion, it's just a commercial for the holidays. Right. As far as gamers, a lot of people do take this stuff seriously. I don't know. It's hard for me to take it seriously with Jeff Keighley. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just me personally.
Yeah, that's honestly the biggest thing is like, I think, while I do think it's cool that, video games kind of get a night to itself, where, people get to celebrate and jump up and down and whatever, if that's what they want to do. But I think a lot of times these are kind of just more like, because like every year when I stream the Game Awards, it's kind of more just for the bit. It's for like the joke of it all, it's a lot of just like making fun of it. Because a lot of, again, like Perry said, a lot of it is just kind of like either an advertisement. I mean, the biggest thing that I think is cool is like the new announcements, right? You can't really deny that, you might get a console announcement, right? Like in 2019, we got the Series X, right? Like random stuff like that will get announced at the Game Awards where you don't expect it. So I think for me, that's kind of where it's like, okay, this is cool. This is like, you don't know what to expect. Like, it's still an advertisement for all the games, and stuff's going to go on sale that time of year just before Christmas. So that's going to happen. But I think the announcements are cool because you really don't know what the announcements are. Sometimes they leak, and if they do, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. So I think that's the only like excitement factor. As far as like who wins awards, I'm kind of the same way with like music or movies. I really don't really like put much stock into who wins the award, because it doesn't really matter. If you like the game, cool. If not, I don't have to see what these like, suits or what these other people picked. Now, of course, they turn it to the fans and say, well, you're voting on who's winning. But I think that only goes so far, honestly, in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the awards. But I still think they're fun for the announcements, but they are, some of it's very cringe at times. Some of the segments are very cringe at times. So I'm really only there for like new announcements. Other than that, it's just kind of like meh. every year.
Yeah,
and it's really long for no reason.
Is that essentially, like you said, Perry said it basically is a big announcement or a big advertisement, more or less. But I mean, that's why a lot of us actually like the Game Awards, right? Those world premieres and seeing those trailers that we don't get to see. And do you think it's more relevant now because of the lack of the E3s? Because I would say that it is, that the Game Award has more eyes on now, simply because we don't get the stereotypical shows normally that we have gotten in the past in the summer.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah. Gaming is probably the biggest it's ever been, arguably, because it's like you can access it pretty much anywhere, including your phone, right? So it's like everyone's on some kind of gaming or mobile platform device to play. So I think that's also one thing to consider, because back when he was doing this on Spike, people were watching it, but like even when it was on Spike, a channel that everybody got, some people watched it, some people didn't, but he didn't really get a chance to like do things on his own. Now, we say a lot of stuff about Keeley. I don't know why he, gets the keys to all this stuff. He hosts everything. I didn't even really like him on G4 back in the day. I always just thought he was just like, there were so many better people that they could have gotten from the industry to actually show up and host this thing every year. But not only that, but like to host Gamescom, to host all the, like he's hosting everything. And so I think like it would have been cool if we got some different people in here. I know that's like his thing now since leaving Spike. But you can't really argue that it has gotten larger in scale since then, because I think he can do things on his own. But sometimes, you gotta tell the drunk uncle to go home. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, yo, dude, like you gotta pack it in. This doesn't need to be 4 hours long. If they trim the fat on some of this Game Awards stuff,
come on,
I know.
Here's a great point that Stevie Mac pointed out as well, and I only noticed it at the start of the stream that they put it up there that it will actually be on Amazon Prime this year. That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, he's probably getting paid for that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably just a payout for that, and I'm sure they'll still be streaming it on YouTube. Maybe not, but I feel like they usually do both.
They're doing both, yeah. It's okay.
They are, yeah. So it's just more access for people, and that's again, that's perfectly fine. Like it's more exposure for them. It gives people something to talk about, and I think like you said, the announcements is really why people watch it, and so if you get good announcements, then it makes that 3 to 4 hour window a lot more worth it. There's been Game Awards where the announcements have been crappy and we sat there for so long for like nothing really, because it doesn't really like make or break my year or night if like an RE game doesn't win Game of the Year, or like an action game that I play, or like, if Battlefield 6 doesn't win Best Action Game. Like I'm not going to be like, what the like, because I don't put that much weight into it. It's just like the Oscars. It's just like anything else. Like it's not really going to change my opinion. So but I can see why people enjoy it for those announcements. That's really why we stream it every year. Just because it's just kind of been a bit in and of itself, and then we make fun of it really. So but it's all in good fun. Like we don't, people enjoy it, it's fine. We just kind of amp it up a little bit and make fun of it. So
well, like I've always said, look, I've always maintained for years, you still gotta love him or hate him. You still gotta admire the fact he is one of the only guys sticking his neck out there and getting this stuff done, right? Like bringing attention to the games industry, which is not a bad thing. For some of these games, it's phenomenal because some of these games don't have the big marketing budgets. They don't have the big publishers behind them. So the eyes on, the notoriety, it's certainly a great way to sell more copies of a game and things like that, So it's not a bad thing.
Right.
Like you said, the show has a lot of filler. There's a lot of question marks left there. Some of the categories, the big categories should have more time. Whereas you see like they blow through some and they go, well, this was announced and this was announced. And then they skip over to like certain ones. And I don't know if that's a money factor or what, or who corrugates the show. I'm sure Keeley and his board, whoever's there, handpick this stuff. So what we're going to do here right now is we're going to catch up on that, the show that blew by us in apparently like 10 minutes. So here we're going to start out with the nominees, and we're going to start with the best performance. I'm going to do this fairly quickly. I'm going to pull them up, announce them. Then as soon as the category is over, then you guys tell me who you think you would pick in that category. And if not, if you don't have either one, maybe you haven't played the game or are not familiar enough with the performance, or you can just say, I'll pass. All right. So the first one obviously is the best performance category. First one up is Ben Starr of Expedition 33. I haven't played a whole lot of that game, but anyway, I'll save the talk until after. So there we go. Ben Starr, Expedition 33. Charlie Cox, you guys might know that guy. Was played Daredevil, Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Ishii from Ghost of Yotei. Jennifer English, Expedition 33. Katsuko Kaito from Silent Hill F. Troy Baker, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. All right, let's have at it. Let's. What do you guys think from the performance?
I'll go Troy Baker, Indiana Jones, because I think he did a really good job. You can't even tell that that's not Harrison Ford. You have to listen like really super close in certain instances to catch that it's not Harrison
Absolutely.
Ford. So.
Yeah. I would say, either Troy Baker or just because my buddy Brandon really liked what the hell was that? Kingdom Come was Sam was his name, I think, the first guy, or Ben. Apparently he's a really good actor. I've heard some stuff with him as well. So I might also pick him. But I also played Silent Hill. So her Kanatsu Kato or Kato, however you pronounce her, I probably butchered her Japanese name, but she was actually really good. So I might pick her right next to Troy Baker. But if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Silent Hill F for that one.
Okay, great choices. I'm going to go with Perry's pick simply because, again, it's one thing to act at a game, but it's another thing to act and have to do an impression of someone and do it very, very well to the point where, again, it's almost hard to tell it's not the real guy. And even Harrison Ford gave Troy Baker absolute kudos on nailing that part and sounding, again, like a younger Indiana Jones. Because if you've listened to Harrison Ford, which is probably the reason why they didn't have him voice the game, he doesn't quite sound like the Indiana Jones from that era, right?
No, not anymore.
His voice has changed a little bit. It's gotten a little more gravelly over the years. So, no, great stuff there, guys. Awesome. So let's move on to the next one. It's the best ongoing game. We got Dawn Trail, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky. There you go. I think we really know which one that's going to be.
Obviously, I love Fortnite and Helldivers too, but I think Marvel Rivals might take this one.
I think Marvel Rivals might as well. I kind of dipped my toe a little bit into that on PC like a few months ago just to play it to see like what the hype was about. And it was pretty cool, man. I don't know if it's like my type of game, but the fact that they're supporting it the way they are with their updates and character pack, like the stuff that they're updating it with, it's, again, it's kind of one of those free to play games that, like most people, if you see something that you want and it's a character that you love, like you're going to spend money on it, right? So I guess that's also part of it. It's like a lot of these games are set up for success with that. I do like a lot of Marvel stuff, but I just have to say that I've been playing more Fortnite recently, as far as like especially Festival. So I might have to go with Fortnite on this one. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer because I feel like that wins every year. So, but I'd have to go with Fortnite because I am into the rhythm games, and Fortnite Festival is part of Fortnite, and they do a very good job at updating it on the regular. So, while I don't play the Battle Royale side of Fortnite that much, Fortnite Festival for me will take this one. But I know that what I think might win is No Man's Sky because that game has been updated like nobody's business. Like people love that game. And kudos to the creator for turning around and making that game compared to what it was a decade ago.
Yeah, man, we talked we gave that game the smoke. Like
we did when it came out.
Really hard.
Well, it deserved a lot of the smoke. It had, fairness when it first come out, but obviously they were under the gun and they had to get it done. So, you got to give those guys credit for sticking with it and making a fantastic game.
Yeah, so I think that's why they'll get a lot of recognition, and they have actually. I think they've won best ongoing game in the past for this category. So I wonder if they're going to do the same thing. Depending on, I guess it's the voter, it's in the voters' hands. But if it does win again, that just shows you that fans are speaking with their votes here, especially if a game is continued to support like it has. Marvel Rivals kind of the newer kid on the block, I guess, last couple of years. So we'll see if that gets some recognition.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, because there's lots of games that could fit in that category. I mean, PUBG has been ongoing for years.
Yep.
I don't know.
I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Like any, I'm not sure. There's probably a few that we're missing, but I'm trying to think of ones that are still getting big updates. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah,
well, I mean, to some degree, even Halo Infinite could probably fit in that category, correct? Or at least it was intended to. But now I know that they're cutting out that one pretty soon.
Yeah, well, they just did their last update recently, so I think that's, I think that might be done.
Well, I think that's going to be a tough category. Final Fantasy has took the majority of those nominations or wins in the last couple of years, so I think it's either going to come down to Final Fantasy realistically, or probably No Man's Sky. I think Fortnite, because Fortnite's just been killing it with all their content. Right. So it's hard to say. That's a really tough category.
That is a tough one. Yeah.
All right, let's move right on to best mobile game. I know we don't really give two shits, but I certainly don't. But we'll go through it anyway.
Yeah, not too big on this one.
Destiny Rising, Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble. What? Yumanasumi? Waves?
Pass.
Sonic Rumble.
Pass, because I haven't played any of them. I haven't played any of them. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Pass gas on that one. There you go.
Yeah.
No Resident Evil for mobile game. No Resident Evil mobile games here just yet.
Yeah. In fact, Survival Unit comes out this week, which is an RE mobile game that is coming out. And but I mean, it won't be in this category because it's coming out too late in the game. So, even that I'm like, because it's Resident Evil. Yeah, it's mobile, but I'm not really too into it. I'll check it out, but yeah, it's not going to be in this category this year.
Yeah. I can skip this category entirely, but I agree with Frank. Sonic wins because it's Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
Just Sonic by default.
All right, this could be a challenging one. Best art direction, Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay.
Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Okay. That's
I'm going to go to Hollow Knight Silk Song.
For art direction. Okay.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Newf.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because I don't know. I didn't play really much of these games here, especially none of the Death Stranding or the Hades stuff. But I do like the art style of Expedition 33. I do think that's pretty cool. Obviously, Death Stranding, while I've never fully delved into it, the first one or its sequel, my cat's walking on my desk here. I do respect Kojima's art direction and kind of his aesthetic, because he just, the Fox engine is what he used before. I don't know what he uses now. I forget what it is. It's probably the same thing, right? Because didn't he own that? I'm not sure if it's the same engine. If he took that with him, but whatever engine he's using, because I don't know. I just think his games look phenomenal. Now the content within the game, I guess that could be, I haven't fully played, so I can't really say anything on the game, but I'm going to go with Death Stranding on this one.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm going to go with Death Stranding too, but here's the glaring omission in that category, which I definitely think it should have been nominated. Whether it wins, should have been nominated. South of Midnight. How the fuck is South of Midnight not in that category?
That did look good. I saw
South of Midnight. To me, that was one of the things that made South of Midnight appeal to me, was the amazing animation and art style that they used. Not to mention the character graphics and the world. I mean, I got to play that game when it came out this year, and that is a real gem. The fact it's not nominated in that category, to me, is just how. That's, I mean, whether it wins Game of the Year, that's entirely debatable or whatever. But like in some of those categories, that one stands out. Like, how does that not stand out over Hollow Knight Silk Song, which is obviously a sequel and it's just a hand-drawn 2D art style? Like, I'm not dissing the game, but you know what I'm saying here, right?
Yeah, it should be included within that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, I only saw little bits of that game as well, but again, looked really good. I mean, they definitely put a lot of effort in there, and yeah, I'm not sure why that got snubbed out of this one.
Well, we'll see if it comes up in any other categories, because that one would be the glaring omission.
Right.
All right, let's move on to best score and music. Let's see. We may not have a lot of commentary on this one either, but let's move along here. So here we go. Hollow Knight Silk Song, Christopher Larkin. 82, Darren Norb. Extras 30, Dorian Testard. Go Siote, Toma Otawa. Death Stranding 2, Woodkid and Ludwig Forcell. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Expedition 33 is sure getting a lot of nods so far. Holy shit.
Yeah, and that was like top of the year, right? Or the first few months of the year. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately I haven't listened to any of these soundtracks, so I might have to pass on this one. But I mean, I'm sure all of those games have some solid soundtracks. You know, they usually don't mess around, those developers, with getting, you know, some good music for their stuff. So, but yeah, I don't really have a opinion on any of these soundtracks.
I'm shocked Shinobi didn't get nominated in this category because the music was pretty damn good in that game. I'll go with Death Stranding 2 on this one because that's the only game I played on this list. So
I think this might be the one time that I think Ghost of Yote might win in this section.
Yeah,
not that I haven't played Ghost of Yote, but if it's anything like the music and the ambience that was in the original Ghost of Tsushima, then I would say it stands a strong chance.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. Other than that, I really don't. I'm with you guys. I don't really have a foot to stand on. Obviously, I got to catch up and play some of these damn games.
Me too.
I want to get back to Expedition 33. I didn't play enough of it to really get a full grasp, but I was enjoying what I did play of it. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. I think I rewinded too far back. Hang on, just go through this again. We got a great chat going here today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Wasn't sure we'd have anybody this early in the day, but
yeah, thanks for coming in, guys.
Hell yeah.
Best audio designs. Okay, now we got Battlefield 6, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Silent Hill F. That's an interesting category.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's audio design. I don't really, well, obviously one's a score, and audio design is probably like sound effects and how they're incorporated into a game.
Yeah, maybe like headphones or surround sound, however you play. Two of those games I played with headphones, I would say Battlefield and Silent Hill. And I would have to go with Silent Hill on this one because every time they make a Silent Hill game, they always do a great job. Not only I'm surprised, honestly, we were just talking about soundtracks. I'm surprised Silent Hill isn't on there because I think Akira Yamaoka is a great composer. And he's the original composer. But as far as sound design, I'd have to go with Silent Hill on this one just because like it messes with you, man. There's a lot of creepy noises and shit that you hear when you're playing that game, whether it's 2 Remake or Silent Hill F. You can't deny that the headset, like I don't know what you would call it, like immersive kind of like atmospheric kind of sounds that you hear, and like the rumblings in the distance, just the little things that like actually can creep you out. I would say Silent Hill F. Obviously Battlefield 6 has great sound as well. It's a war game. You're gonna have explosions and shit blowing up, and it's great. So I do like that as well, but I have to go with Silent Hill F on this one.
I played Silent Hill F as well, and he's right. I had headphones on. Very immersive, and I have to agree with Anthony on this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, and horror games lend itself so well to this category because, again, it's about what you hear and not what you see. It's about letting your imagination run wild and building up those tensions and things like that. So even though I haven't played it, I've watched you guys play it, and just based on the franchise and stuff, I'm going to say that's the one I think takes it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
All right. He's babbling on about something here now. Let's see what's going on here. Best adaptation. All right, best adaptation.
Oh, God.
Minecraft. Oh, for the movies. Minecraft, Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell, Death Watch, The Last of Us, Until Dawn. There we go.
Ooh,
Best
this is an
adaptation.
interesting. This is an
That's
interesting category.
Films and anime and whatever. Yeah.
It's got to go to Minecraft because what was going on when it came out? All the kids were throwing shit at the movie screen, right?
I
Movie
know
theater.
the chicken jockey.
Yeah, the chicken jockey thing.
Right.
I think that's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, just to go against Gen Z alone, I'm just gonna say screw Minecraft. I'm gonna go with either Devil May Cry because that anime was awesome. Because Until Dawn, the movie, just like when I watched it, it just was like very average at best. The Last of Us season 2 was bad. Okay, I'm just gonna say that it kind of fell apart after the first couple episodes. They did some things that are decent, but I didn't see the full Minecraft movie, so I'm sure if you're a Minecraft fan, you might like that. I didn't see Splinter Cell either, but I did see, like I said, I saw Last of Us, saw Until Dawn.
Is that an anime? Splinter Cell Death Watch?
I think it's animated. I believe so. Yeah. And people were praising it, and they said it was good, and but I just the only one I didn't see really was Splinter Cell.
Can they make a new game so we can praise it?
Yeah, I know.
Yes, please. They're giving us everything but the fucking game.
Yeah.
No.
Devil May Cry though was a really good anime. I think because it gives you like a nice condensed version of the story. You don't have to play all the games. Limp Bizkit is the intro music, so that also gives it a +1 already. And it has that like very like Evanescence did a song for it. Like it has a very like early 2000s kind of vibe to the show. And even if you hate anime, I think you actually might like the show. And I think that's what you should do. You know what I mean? It's very much like Cyberpunk, where some people don't even like anime, but they watch the Cyberpunk show and they were blown away. Devil May Cry might not be on the same caliber as far as like the deep like story and emotional connection. It's more just like go. But I would say Devil May Cry because Last of Us show fell apart, and so
Perry, I got he played you pretty well in the chat there, Perry. I don't know if you caught that, but he's not going to be a dad. He's talking about that line from the show.
Oh, okay.
Where Ellie says, "I'm going to be a dad" when she's talking to the girl, and that wasn't even in the game, but everybody made a huge fuss about that line.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not in the game. She says something about, I don't know. I know that's definitely not the line, and that's what the game fans picked up on, and of course she got ripped wholeheartedly. It's like, yeah, the woke narrative, the bullshit that they throw into the shows, not just for the sake of, right?
Man.
So that show was getting ripped apart for that line in particular this past season. So,
they split up season 2 and 3, which is the second game. They split it up into 2 seasons, so I wasn't a fan of that. There was just a lot of things that like we just didn't like when we watched it, and and so I think that's the biggest thing is like I just was a big fan of the first game. That show disappointed. Now HBO has the budget, they have the money, but it just wasn't. Last of Us might win this by default, unfortunately, but or Minecraft rather, because Perry's right. It could be Minecraft because of just how popular it was.
It's the kids were throwing popcorn at the movie.
Yeah,
screen. Come on.
Yeah.
But I would say, and then Until Dawn was very underwhelming for the movie anyway.
Yeah.
It was like there was one scene where literally people explode, which doesn't happen in Until Dawn. Like I'm talking like they actually explode like a cartoon character explodes like. And it's just like, and
right.
I get it was like supposed to be different. They tried little different things, but they're the biggest thing. And I don't know if this is a spoiler. I don't want to spoil anything. I just think that like at the end of Until Dawn, it's the start of the first game, and I'm like, I hate when they do that because it's sequel bait that you may never get because it wasn't successful. It's like, why couldn't we just get the first game as the movie? Right. So that's what pissed me off. Yeah, that's what pissed me off about Until Dawn. It literally pans out and you see the cars coming up to the cabin with the snow, and I'm like, why wasn't this the movie?
Right. But, thanks for ruining the movie for me. I didn't watch it yet.
Well, I mean, you didn't miss anything. What?
I saw the trailer, and that's the first thing I thought when I saw the trailer for the movie. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, this doesn't look anything like the game.
Yeah. Now, I didn't spoil what actually happens because the movie is completely different, but I'm just saying that the movie isn't the game, which we could have
It's like
caught from the trailer.
Groundhog's Day. That's why.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. So it's like, if you could tell from that trailer that it wasn't the game, I'm not spoiling anything because the characters are completely different, the narrative's completely different. There's different things that happen. So they just threw that in at the end as a FU, and it's like, well, why? Like, why? Like, that's not. I think that's the worst part.
You know
of it.
why they did that, right? So that when you get out of the movie theater, you're like, oh. So like people will leave the movie theater like, I wonder what happened at the end, and people will be like, oh, that's the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, I didn't know what
I
the
should
game
go
was.
out and get the game now to see what happens.
Right.
That's why they do it.
That's fair. But yeah, I'm curious, to see.
I think the Devil May Cry takes it here, and it's either that or it's probably going to be The Last of Us 2, to be honest with you. And I haven't even seen The Last of Us 2 season 2. I had seen the first season and I liked it, but I was just waiting for it to come out on physical copy.
Right.
Because I'm not subscribing anymore to these freaking all these networks just to watch one show. So I was like, yeah, I'm out. So
yeah, I found out how to get them for free. So that's kind of what I just did. So
all right, we got best narrative coming right up here. Here we go. Moving right along here. We got Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2. Seeing the common theme here. Ghost of Yotei. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Silent Hill F. There you go. A lot of the same nominees in a lot of categories this year.
Yeah, starting to see that. Yeah.
Probably Claire Obscure because it's popular. So people must have loved the narrative, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played, like the only ones I actually played out of these are Silent Hill F, but I'm not even going to go with Silent Hill F because I think there is some issues with some of the narrative itself within that game, like my own problems with it. So I can't even really stick with that for this one. I mean, I'm happy that horror is getting acknowledged, which it doesn't a lot of the times, unless it's Resident Evil for some of these Game Awards stuff. So next year will be a different story because RE9 might be in more categories. Obviously, it's not out yet. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I might have to pass on this just because I haven't played Expedition. I haven't played Death Stranding. Like a lot of these, I'm sure have strong narratives. Especially, I've heard a lot more improvements are happening with Death Stranding 2. I'm not really sure. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would say Expedition might win this one.
I vote to change the game's name to that. Yes.
Yeah. That's the DLC. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, I think they're all strong games, especially Kingdom Come, because again, I heard great things about the second one and how much it was an improvement over the first one. So I think it might be either Expedition or it could be Death Stranding. It also could be Ghost. I mean, it could be any of these really, but I'm going to go with Expedition. I think Expedition might be cleaning up at this awards more than we think. So
yeah, Stevie Mac says he thinks Split Fiction got snubbed here, and he could be right. I mean, obviously from the creative mind of Joseph Fares and his team over at Hazelight, and obviously the last couple of games that they've made have been received extremely well, especially It Takes Two, which was a Game of the Year winner a couple years ago. So I haven't played that one yet either. It's on my to get list. Oh man, that's how crazy the backlogs are when these fantastic games you haven't even gotten around to. It's like, well, I'm just getting tired of starting up these great games only to get so far in and then they just kind of get lost in the shuffle with something else.
That's what happened with Split Fiction. Me and Pink in the chat, we beat. I don't know. We put like 3 or 4 hours in, maybe longer, maybe 6 hours, and then we just didn't go back to it because we got sidetracked. So
next category, the best community support. We'll just flick through this one real quick. Baldur's Gate, Dawn Trail, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. There you go.
I mean, is it just like community of the fans are supported? Like I'm always confused about this category.
The support obviously like content and people playing the game and stuff, just kind of thing. So
I mean, this one can easily go to again, No Man's Sky or Fortnite easily, but I honestly do think that, and I haven't played it much in recent, in pretty much this whole year, which sucks, but I do think Helldivers 2 is a fantastic game. And they have updated it a lot. They've kept it alive. Like, I got to commend them for that. And their fans are pretty, diehard. So I might have to go with Helldivers on this one, even though I know it's not going to win. That would be my pick.
I'll go with Helldivers.
Yeah.
Because once it hit Xbox, it became popular again. So that's good. You want that. You want the IP to grow and get more people involved. So
yeah, and oddly enough, it's kind of funny because it seems like I've seen a lot more people playing Helldivers since it came over to Xbox, and I don't know if that's just got to do with the fact that my friends list on Xbox is like a largely multiplayer kind of friends list, whereas over in PlayStation, I have a lot more people there that just seem to just enjoy their single player experiences and move along. So I don't know, but I definitely saw a new life over there for that.
Well, the funny thing is, that's like technically, that's like an Xbox-esque game. You know what I mean? Like that totally would have been on the 360.
Well, it even has the Halo content in it, does not? The ODST guys or something. That was kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
They did. They really did a cool job doing stuff like that. And then when I heard that came out over the summer, I was like, that's actually really cool. I think that was in August. I think they put that out. So like you said, it's almost like they put it on Xbox. People really kind of got that excitement about it. Maybe they heard about it. They saw it was on another machine and on PC, but they were like, man, I want it to come to Xbox. And again, it's just cool that everybody can play it, as you should be able to for most of these games. Just all play it and keep the community going. So I'm happy that I got to give it to them just because they didn't just abandon the game, because it's been out for almost 2 years now. And now it's on all platforms. So hopefully we see this thing extend. I know Sony jumped the gun and they're already making a live action Helldivers series or a movie, something like that. So this will just continue.
Troopers. What are you going to do?
That's what everyone's saying. Would it just be Starship Troopers?
That's a funny thing.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. So Sony's getting excited over there. So they want to do a live action Helldiver. So that will happen, and I'm sure that will keep it alive. So as well.
Indeed. All right, great call. I would go with your guys' pick as well. Helldivers may not win it, but I mean, there's no question they have a smaller but very loyal support group there. Me and Crossplay now has certainly added to the game. So let's move on to games for impact. Consume Me, Dispeluti, Lost Recorders, South of Midnight.
Wow, finally got one.
Finally.
I don't know. I don't really have I might have to pass on this one.
I played South of Midnight.
I played South of Midnight, so I'll just go with that.
Okay.
I put about 7 hours into that game, so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have much to add on this one.
Dizzy Delta's saying, what the hell is games for impact? Yeah, I mean, they don't really expand on some of these.
I think it's games that have a message. What they mean is like games that come out, they're like either new to the genre or they explore stories and characters that probably haven't been overly done. And look, let's face it, young black chick coming out of the bayou is not exactly the most common sort of storyline out there. The kind of characters and stuff that it explores throughout the game. I can't speak for the other ones so much, but I think that's what they're going for when they say games.
Got it.
Something that's a little bit different that sort of sends a message or has a cultural diversity entwined in it as well.
Well, South of Midnight definitely has that. When you play the game, you get again the music that plays while you're playing the game at certain points, like the cueing of the music. It's very different, and it was very good. I really enjoyed it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I only saw what you streamed of it, Perry. I think you streamed it, right? I think when it came out.
I kept playing it. That's the thing with me. If I play a game and I get bored of it in like 20 minutes, I turn it off. I played South of Midnight for about 7 hours.
Yeah.
Over the course of a couple of days. And it was good. But then I got.
I remember the trailers for that game. When I saw the character and I saw the art style, and I remember seeing the gigantic crocodile or whatever it was in the swamp, and I was like, that game looks just so freaking cool. And I said, I didn't finish it because my Game Pass ran out before I got around to it, but it was very good for what I played, and hopefully I'll get to go back to it sometime.
Yeah.
They didn't make a physical copy, so there you go. I don't have that option.
Right.
Boo.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. let's move right along. Oh, best multi. Now this one's going to be interesting, and I got a funny feeling we're going to know a couple of the nominees here. So this one could be tight. Arc Raiders, which is all the rage. Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, Split Fiction. Oh, that was a short column. Well, I know my pick.
Yeah.
No Call of Duty in there this year, or did it come out too late?
Don't worry about Call of Duty. Forget about that game. We'll worry about it next year.
Fucking pile of dog shit.
I guess it came out too late. But I would say regardless, yeah, for me it's Battlefield 6. That's it. That's all I played for multiplayer.
I'm gonna go with Battlefield 6, but Arc Raiders can't be ignored because everybody's freaking playing it, and I still haven't seen gameplay of it.
Yeah, I haven't I haven't seen anything, but again, yeah, I've heard the hype, so people are enjoying it.
I'm gonna go with Battlefield because the most concurrent players and the lobbies. Like, I literally got in the day it went up, and there was like over 100,000 people just queued up waiting to get into Battlefield. So I'll go with Battlefield, but I wouldn't be surprised if Arc Raiders jumped in there really quick and grabbed it.
Yeah, I think it really comes down between those. I mean, yeah, Split Fiction is great for what it is. It's a fantastic co-op multiplayer, right? It's great. But I mean, that's the kind of game you're going to play it, you're going to be done with it, and then it's going to get very little usage afterwards, right?
Whereas I think that's going to win another category.
Battlefield and Arc Raiders are the kind of games that you're going to play today, tomorrow, and for months and maybe even years to come. So that's right. What I think is different. I think that's too big to ignore.
Yeah, I really did like, again, just the refreshing approach to, Battlefield. I just really enjoyed it, man. I have, I don't play it. I'm not like rank 100. Some people play Battlefield a lot and they're really good. I'm not like great at it. I just enjoy it with my friends. Yep. There's nothing like getting a squad together and you have vehicles and you have, these just these things that you don't have in Call of Duty, where like every single class actually matters. Engineer, support. You have all this stuff, and like that's always been there for Battlefield, but like we haven't had a solid Battlefield in years. So that's why I think Battlefield 6 is such a nice, like, just because it's back to form. It's simple. You don't have Beavis and Butthead running around. You know what I mean? I love them, but we don't need that in a war game. So exactly. I think Battlefield 6 has been that's been consuming a lot of my multiplayer. So you
time. Check out Black Ops 7 if you ever do, Anthony.
I don't think that's.
Hey, by the way, did you see that Nuketown just dropped again for Black Ops 7?
Oh wow,
it did.
yeah. I was thinking that fucking map's been in every Call of Duty for the last decade. It's like, how many fucking times you guys gonna put that shit in there? Come on,
well, we got to get Newftown going. Come on,
Newftown.
Yeah, Milftown. That's what we need.
That'll be in
Yeah, I think it's a toss-up between the Arc Raiders. I think right now it's the popular game. The question is, I think the difference between these two, and this is something you can't gauge, I think Battlefield 6 multiplayer is going to continue to be hot for a long time, whereas Arc Raiders is hot now. But is Arc Raiders going to be hot 6 months or a year from then? That's where it gets me. So, I don't know what their criterion is when they pick, but I'm going to go with Battlefield 6, but it could come down to one of those two.
Yeah.
And I will say, man, like Battlefield is fun no matter what, but it's more fun when you're playing with the crossplay turned off. And I hate that. The only reason I got crossplay turned on is because I got a few buddies over there on Xbox that just refuse to get a PlayStation or don't want to play it there. So I turn it on for them. But then, of course, you get all the fucking PC shills, right? And no offense to the PC guys, you're awesome, but that's the point. When you're playing a lot of these PC guys, they got everything modded out to the point where it's almost unfun to play them, right? Not to go off on a tangent, but to me, I'll compare it to this. It's like going up and playing darts with a guy who plays professionally as a pro, and he keeps hitting the 20s and he keeps hitting the fucking bullseye constantly, like with hardly a miss, and you're there firing and you're just all over the place. That's what I compared Battlefield with PC guys, because they're just like, you turn a corner and you're down within like a split second. So unless you're have millisecond accuracy, you just don't it's no coincidence, because you look at the leaderboard and you look at the console guys, they're typically always below the top guys on the PC side, right? It's kind of like, I do it just because I'm not saying that they're all friggin' amazing, but the majority of them, that's their ecosystem. That's what they spent. They've done this for years. They played every Battlefield for years. They got their settings probably turned right up,
Down
so they're
pat.
just pinpoint
Yeah.
accurate, man.
Well,
Yeah.
Right?
Newf, now that you said that, they're totally going to hack your computer.
Oh, probably. Probably.
Well, here's the thing.
They're not going to find anything here. That's the thing.
I mean, you bring up a good point, because me and my friends, we only play on PC for this game, and we're not great. So we end up getting, shit on by, people that are a lot better than us. And so they are it's very intense on PC. There's been in lobbies where we've only been with PC people, so it's tough. And to be honest with you, yeah, like at first I was just like, dude, I don't know if I can play this, because this is like really hard. And so I've been trying my best to learn with, keyboard and mouse, and, to have that, because I don't play it with a controller, because it would just be too slow. Like you would just be too slow against people that can just whip around with their mouse in 2 seconds. So you're not bringing up a point that is irrelevant. I think it's very relevant to the skill thing with console, and it's not even a skill thing. It's just the advantages that people have on PC. I get it, but yeah, it also sucks. So I don't blame people for turning it off. But yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately, it's just like the crossplay era. It always kind of has that, like the butting of heads, right? Like who's on keyboard or mouse, who's on controller when it's this competitive.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't bring up a wrong point there. I think that makes sense. It's just I've been enjoying it on PC, but that's just kind of where all my buddies are at. So I kind of had to be forced to kind of get good, but I'm not great. So that's the thing. I'm not even good. I'm okay, but like it's still tough. Like there's still people that are going to snipe you around every corner. I understand why some people play these games and they just turn them off and never go back to them. I get that, especially if you're jumping into like a PC lobby.
It only gets, and that's the thing, right? It only gets worse as time goes by. It's like I pity all those Battlefield 6 players who are going to get this game for Christmas.
Oh man,
and they're going to jump in, and everybody's already like prestiged up and got all their weapons fucking tinkered. They're just going to be cannon fodder come Christmas morning.
No, that's true. No, you're right. And I think they kind of thrive on that because they'll rank up faster and all this. So it's like I'm only ranked like 20, like 6 or whatever. These people are doing laps around me. And I'm like, I don't have that time, but like, if you have it, power to you. But geez, like it's like you said, it's just going to be cannon fodder by the time the holidays roll around, or this game drops on sale and people pick it up, and it's like, next year, and they're just like, what the hell is this game? And that sucks because it's such a great game. It has so much to offer, right?
That's the beauty of Battlefield compared to COD, though. If you play the game properly, it isn't always about kill death ratios and stuff. It really is how you play with the team.
And objectives.
I've seen guys have great scores with hardly any kills because they take objectives, they spot enemies, they heal people. They're all over the board. They do exactly what's needed to be done, right? So
that's true, and that's a good point, right? The objectives is important, and you get that rush when you're with a team. Like you're going through a tank, you're going through a building, and you got your buddy healing your tank, and you're taking out other buildings, you're taking out their base, like stuff like that. It's cool. Like once you get that click going, it's actually really fun. And I think that like it took me that time to like get to that point where I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of, this is where the fun is at when you're really, not solo queuing. Because if you solo queue, you're just going to get pissed off. But when you're with your teammates, that's where it comes to life. So yeah, I would definitely agree with that. It's not like jump in, jump out Call of Duty. So
it's about how many cards you can shoot.
Yeah, well, that's the fun part, right? It's just blowing up shit in Battlefield, man. Because like the destruction is
man,
awesome.
and Xbox and Crossplay we were playing last night. Me, Sir X, and Talos Ray were on last night. We're having a good time.
Nice.
Good time. We didn't win too many games. We got our ass kicked on a bunch of them, but we were having a good time.
That's all it's about. You know what I mean?
All right. He wants to jump in here with us, and that's fine. I'll send him an invite in a second because I don't want this to become the Battlefield show. We'll get there in a second. And God knows, Sir X-Men will probably go on about Battlefield for the next 30 minutes. So let's roll right along, and let's get this going here. What's the next category here? Oh, best indie game. All right. Here we go. Perry, if you want to send a link to him, go ahead.
Oh yeah, all right.
Expedition 33. That's funny. It's an indie game, eh? Hades 2. That was a big one. Hollow Knight Silk Song.
All right. Unfortunately, it's another category I don't have much input on, but
so So we get Absalom. Never even heard of that one. And
No, I haven't.
Ball Pit. Yeah, I didn't see this one. Actually, that's what what's his name was playing last night on the stream. Ball Pit, kind of like a rogue, like a 16-bit rogue kind of shooter. That was there last night. He was playing that on the stream. Will was playing it. Then we got Blueprints. That one I never heard either. Expedition. We've definitely heard of that. Probably the biggest game in this category. Actually has a lot of AAA style value to that one. And we got Hades 2, which was a highly anticipated game this year. And we got Hollow Knight and Silksong. So there you go. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have, again, I don't really play a lot of these games specifically, or the even the higher end like indie games, if you want to call them, like the ones that got more like coverage, like your Expeditions, your Hades. I just haven't played them, so I wish I had more input on these categories that we've been talking about for some of these.
Right.
But I will say, just out of principle, I think Expedition, because Expedition 33 was $49.99 out of the gate. I do respect that, because apparently it was $49.99 and it was actually worth that. And it's hard to find some indie games that are really, that really have that impact of effort, and it sold really well and everything. And people were standing behind it. So I'm going to have to go with Expedition again. I mean, I know this has been showing up in literally almost every category. So I don't know how much of these it will win. But that's the one I'm going to have to pick. I know Stevie Mac, just honorable mention, he said Tormented Souls 2. I haven't played it yet. I heard you talk about it, Stevie Mac, and I heard good things about it. I just haven't played it, but unfortunately that didn't make the cut, it looks like, even though it came out in October, but they just didn't put it in here. But obviously horror indie is kind of in my, I do like that style, but I just, even with that genre, I haven't really played it. But yeah, I would say Expedition for me.
I'm going to go Silksong, because people, I think they were waiting for a few years for that game to come out.
I'm not sure.
I played the original Hollow Knight on the Switch like quite a while ago, but I do remember that the second one was highly anticipated, so I'll just go with that because I haven't played the other games.
Yeah. Hollow Knight apparently has a really big fan base, so.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. It's going to come down to Hades 2 or Hollow Knight possibly. And the reason being, because if by tradition, if you look at these award ceremonies, they normally don't load up. Even though games get multiple nominations, the history tells us they don't normally load up on one game. Because it's got, otherwise it's going to be the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 show, right? I think
that's
it's
true.
going to go to one of those. And I think because Claire, Jesus, I hate that name of this game. Expedition 33, it's going to be nominated for the Game of the Year. So that's why I don't think it's going to take indie, and it's also going to take game.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
It's going to take one or the other. Now, if they're going to give the Game of the Year to Death Stranding, then it's highly likely that this one takes indie Game of the Year, right?
It could.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to take two. That's what I think is going to happen. So,
right.
Yeah. Well, that's when it gets into like a weird thing of like, if this is supposed to be a fan voted show, how far does that go? Right. Because if the fans vote all Expedition 33, and if every single vote actually counts towards this Game Awards, then what if it is, that's why I think it counts to a certain degree, to your point, Newf, is that like, I think like, yeah, they take the votes, but I think ultimately they're not going to make this show just be one game takes all. Even if the votes are what they are, I think they might kind of balance it out somewhere. And so that's kind of it might be controversial, but that's kind of what I think as far as like, how they're going to go about this show like they always do.
Yeah.
Because
this next category to me almost makes no sense, because now they're going best debut indie game. So like, it just feels like they're creating categories to just give something an award here.
Yes.
Right? Because now we got the Blueprints again, Expedition 33, right? Despelite, Dispatch.
I heard about
Mega
Dispatch.
Bunk.
Yeah.
Mega Bunk. That sounds like my sex life. Yeah.
Now,
oh,
wow. Dispatch just came out, and I heard actually great things about it. It's like a superhero type game, I guess, or like you're a superhero and you're talking to all these like, people and stuff like that.
Formaldehyde.
So yeah, I heard about Dispatch. So it'd probably be Dispatch because I've heard a lot of
Mm.
great things about it recently, and it just came out. But again, like best debut, it's like okay, so you're basing it off of like it's the first of its kind, like you said, Newf. But again, wouldn't this also be like in the other category? It's kind of a weird like what matters for what. But you know, I guess the like impact and debut and all this stuff, like it's all kind of similar, but again, I understand why they have different ones. But yeah, I don't know. As far as like, you know, indie games that don't have sequels that are just kind of new, fresh out of the gate. Yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about Dispatch, so I might go with that one. But again, I haven't played it, so I don't really have like a full on breakdown of each game, you know what I mean? So again, I'm kind of behind on a lot of these indie titles, but you know, I know there's people that just play indie stuff all the time, and so they're gonna eat up a lot of these categories. But yeah, I haven't really don't really have input on this one either. But it's a short category. There's only 4 nominations. So
welcome to the show, Sir X-Man. It's in the house, guys.
What up, buddy? How y'all doing?
Brother? How you doing today?
How are you?
What time were those nominations?
They came on at 12 Eastern.
Yeah, we went live.
It only took 10 minutes. So like the thing was going so fast, we were all kind of like, we didn't even have a chance to even like kind of talk about it really as it was going live.
No.
Yeah, because the times that it was on, I was like, okay, which time is this? They had so many time zones in it that it was like confusing me on when it was.
But you're in the East, right?
No, I'm in the Central.
Oh, you're Central. Okay.
Yeah, so I should have
So
saw it.
11 Central.
Yeah. Well, I don't know nothing about the VR thing, so I'm not
All
really.
right. Well, that's what we said.
worried
We're going to take a pass. If we can't comment on something, we'll just kind of say we generally like we'll think this is what's going to win, but we're more or less going to pass. So here we go for best VR AR game. This is a category I like. Ooh, Alien Rogue Incursion, a game I want to play.
Me too.
Arcane Age, Ghost Town, Deadpool VR,
Deadpool,
Midnight Walk. Deadpool's not even out yet, is it?
It's been out.
I guess it came out, I think, in the fall.
Damn,
Like early fall.
get up on that.
Yeah, that's a game I wanted to get VR for. That one game.
All right.
Yeah. I'm with you, Newf. Like, I really want to play Alien, but I just don't have any of the stuff on VR.
Oh,
let alone a VR headset.
It
like
comes out tomorrow.
Oh, because that's tomorrow. What the hell? I guess it makes the cut.
How
the hell is it nominated? It's not out.
I probably would have had it already. I've been dying for it to
breaking
come
the
out.
rules, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how this fucking shit goes, right? Because obviously Call of Duty didn't make it in for best multiplayer game.
How are you going to nominate something you haven't played yet? like unless they got like early access, that doesn't even make any sense. Like that's how are fans going to vote on that?
Mine, that's gotten weird, man.
Well, you got to think about it too. Some of those people that vote, they do get early access to some of those games.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. But they also make it seem like it's a public fan, like all the fans vote, like fans like us in the panel. You know what I mean? Not like just insiders.
This is the most anticipated category, and understand it, but the fact the game isn't officially launched.
That's interesting, actually.
We'll say it again. Jeff Keighley makes the rules up as he goes along for what he likes.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, because he's putting shit in here that isn't even out. But I'm with Newf. I want to play Alien, and I think that'd be so dope. But like, the only VR headset that I have is a Quest 2, so I'm kind of behind on like, you know, I have the PSVR 1 as well, but like, I don't have any of the new stuff to play this stuff on. So I wish, because I really do enjoy VR stuff. I know we've talked about that before with Newf. So I don't really have much to say on this one, but like, if out of all of these, if you put them in front of me, Alien would be the first one I'd play.
Yeah, that's a very tough category, but Alien certainly, if it's anything like, if Alien is anything like Alien Isolation, because I haven't played it, but it's in VR, it's like, holy hell, right?
Yeah.
This one, the Midnight Walk, actually, that's one that I actually really want to play, and it's been on sale, so I want to pick that one up. It's like that little, like
Tim Burton type game.
Tim Burton kind of game.
Yeah,
that one looks really freaking good.
That did look good.
That's
yeah,
right.
we saw a trailer of that, and we're like, oh shit! I actually think that premiered at
They
I
showed
think that
that game
trailer.
twice.
I was gonna say I thought they
Over the
showed it
year.
last year at the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Then they showed it again at like a State of Play. But yeah, no, that looked pretty cool. But yeah, I just wish I had the shit to play this stuff. So
I just
Yeah,
want
it's.
Deadpool.
I got
Deadpool looks
PSVR
sick.
2, and then I got the MetaQuest 3, and sometimes it's hard to tell which version of the game I want to buy it for, like which unit I should buy it for.
yeah,
I mean, I
Y'all
guess if you
seen
want
the
performance,
Deadpool
it's mostly
trailer
the
though, right?
VR, PSVR.
Y'all seen the Deadpool VR trailer, right?
Yeah, we saw
Yes.
yeah,
That
That's
looks
why I
sick.
thought-
Blood and gore everywhere. Oh, come.
yeah.
on.
No, that looks like it'd be fun. I'm just confused why it's not out yet and it's nominated. I mean, I feel like I thought it came out like September. I thought it was like early fall. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's before the cutoff. But yeah, it's I like having different options for VR stuff. So it's cool that you have like, your horror VR, you kind of have your middle of the road VR, like where it's like, all right, more an adventure. And then you have your like Deadpool or just shooting shit and chopping shit up, that's cool. Like I like that because like Newf said, like some of the stuff that you're going to get this on, depending on like the hardware and what it can run. Like I really do want a PSVR 2. Now that I got this PC built this past year,
Right.
I'm thinking of like I might actually pull the trigger when it's on sale. It's a lower price. I know it's been down to $350, which is great. But I really do want to get a VR2. I want to play
PSVR 2 on sale for Black Friday, guys. Jump on it.
I know, man. But yeah, so I really want that. I want to play Resident Evil 4 remake, obviously.
Oh,
I want to
so
play all this
good.
stuff. Yeah. So like these are things that like I just like I'm looking at like what I don't have. And that's definitely up there. So yeah, I gotta pull the trigger on that. Between that and a Portal, I want a PlayStation Portal because that's down to 150 this year.
Anthony, the way you aim your guns in VR is so sick in Resident Evil. It's gonna change the way, like it's even hard to go back to the regular versions after because you feel like it's almost like, well, I hate to say it, but it kind of makes it easier because VR is so easy to aim compared to like using a controller and shit. It's like, man, you're just popping heads. It's so cool, man.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait, and I'm sure it's just going to be just as immersive and even if not more. And
more.
So yeah, I can't wait, and people are going to get a kick out of me streaming that. Even though I can't play for like super long periods of time because of motion sickness sometimes, like I got to like stop after about 3 hours. Like, but I will admit that when I played the Quest 2, whatever settings they did with that was perfect. I barely got motion sickness from that. So if the PSVR 2 is like that with settings and how I can adjust it better,
Yep.
I'm all
Way
in.
better.
Obviously, like, you're standing for multiple hours. So sometimes, I got to still cut the streams down a little bit, but
you can sit and play it. Like I sat down and played it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. I don't know why I'm like, I got to stand because Leon's standing. I don't have to. You can play it sitting down, but like I was just being extra for no reason. But yeah, what Perry had holding up, he has the BJ's catalog, the store BJ's. Let me just be clear. And I had to reiterate it.
There's a catalog for that shit.
Because I knew if I didn't say that, somebody was going to say, "Oh, what are you talking about?" So, but they have good sales. So whether you're
Black Friday doorbuster, which the doorbuster is 5 days. Usually, a doorbuster means the first 15 minutes, but whatever. PlayStation VR 2 with Horizon Call of the Mountain for $289.99.
Great game.
$289. Oh God, I gotta get one, man. Shit.
Oh, and a PlayStation 5 Slim with an extra controller and a charge cradle. Again, brand new at BJ's, $49.99.
That's not bad. Yeah,
PlayStation Portal, $149.99.
Get one of those. Fucking awesome.
I gotta get one, man. For $149, I'm sold. I'm in.
I got one comment on that previous category. If Death Stranding 2 had VR, that would be number one on Jeff Keighley's on that VR thing. I'm telling
probably
you, that's
so.
the truth.
And Anthony, since you're a Resident Evil guru, I'm just gonna tell you, for me, the scariest part of Resident Evil 4 was the part where you fucking play that part where you're with all like the body bags and you're in and that white fucking dude chases you, that big.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the regenerator?
Yeah, the regenerator dude.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the scariest part, man. That's fucking trippy as shit.
Yes, and the breathing, the scary breathing and stuff like that. Yeah, that's
and the running. You just hear him running. You can't see him.
Yeah,
because
that part was freaky in VR. I was like, God,
I'm gonna take something that Newf would say real quick. The Revirginator.
that could be an enemy in Resident Evil. You never know.
I know, right? Or it could be a blessing.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait, man, to play that in VR. I definitely want to. Yeah, if I could secure a VR 2 unit this holiday, that'd be awesome.
The fight with the ogre was awesome too.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
be reduced because a lot of people can't afford to buy them, so they're gonna be dropping in sales.
I mean, Perry just said 289. Like that is like the lowest. I mean, it's been down to 350, but now it's even getting in the twos. Like
and it comes with the game.
Yeah,
and Horizon's actually a good game. Doesn't have Aloy in it. Like she's in it. Like she makes an appearance, but you don't play as Aloy.
Sure.
I will tell you this: your arms are going to get fucking tired playing it, though.
Yeah.
You do a lot of climbing. You're going to feel like you were out. You're going to feel you went to one of those rock climbing gyms, and
yeah, I know.
You're like
playing
the whole
Connect.
time.
You're playing Connect and you don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. You're working out, you're burning calories. You're like, what is happening? But yeah, I'm excited to check that out. Like Perry said, the deals are coming out now for a lot of these stores. So this is the time of year to buy some stuff if you guys have been waiting, you know, and like Perry said, once fall time hits, a lot of people just wait. So wait for the drops.
Let's move this one on. Content creator of the year. This is probably going to go real quick. We probably don't even have to talk about this, but we'll just run through it real quick. Sadril, Kai Cenat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miko, The Burnt Peanut. I like that one.
What the hell?
Burnt peanuts.
We're going to pass that one. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I could give 2 fucks about anything going on in the content space. As
Burnt
far
Peanut
as like,
gets my nomination just for the name of that graphic.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Most anticipated game. Let's get into this one.
Okay.
007, First Light. All right. The next one is Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Do we need to talk any more about this one?
It was the most anticipated
Wolverine. Oh, Resident Evil Requiem.
I mean, look.
The Witcher 4. Oh, man.
Okay, so GTA 6 is probably going to win by default, right? But I think it, like, we already know that's going to win, but if it doesn't, then it's just like they're just doing something different because GTA 6 probably won the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
RA9, obviously, I'm anticipated for that, but that's coming out in a few months. So it's coming. So my personal pick would probably be RE9 as far as recent, but 007, it just looks like Hitman.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but like I'll be that guy. Like I really just don't know if that, like, it looked cool, but like it's really just another Hitman but with 007. And you know, but maybe if I play it I'm wrong, I don't know, but I don't know if that's going to get, like, I'm not like the biggest 007 mark to be like I got to buy this right now. But I know 007 fans are going to play that game day one. All right. What do you guys think?
Let's take GTA 4 out of the question and let's go down the line and just find out which game outside of GTA 4, because I mean that game's been that one's been on this list for the last 3 years, hasn't it? Because it keeps getting delayed.
GTA 6, it's been the last 3 years, I think.
Last year for sure, and I'm pretty sure it was the year before that. So again, we got First Light 007. Like I said, we can avoid this one because we kind of know Wolverine. All right, Resident Evil Requiem, and then The Witcher 4. Perry, outside of GTA,
I would say Wolverine, but I'm also a Resident Evil guy, so. But people have been waiting years for Wolverine. Where Resident Evil, we've been waiting years for. We didn't even know it was a thing until about a year ago.
It was announced in June. Yeah.
Oh, not even a year ago. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I got one that's missing. Where's Forza Horizon 6 that's coming out next year?
It's an Xbox game, man. It ain't gonna be on here.
This is the Keeley show.
It should be on there though, right? It should be. I'm pretty sure most people are anticipating
the number one played game on PlayStation and Xbox right now. Is still in the top. Why isn't it there?
Unfortunately, guys, it's just Keeley. I mean, his shows never have been Xbox. But like again, the Series X was announced at his show, but he's never really nominated Xbox games that much.
Yeah, I know.
For some reason. So it's kind of weird. He's a weird, like, you know, chameleon in that sense. So I don't know why he chooses to do things a certain way. I don't know. But I agree, like anything like that should just be on here,
Mhm.
especially when you have GTA 6, which is like a default going to be on here, like Newf said. Like, let's just switch it up, put something else on there. So, but you know,
See?
yeah,
Chase Jones is more excited for that, and that's his prerogative. I mean, I'm excited about Forza 6. I think anybody that has an Xbox is gonna have that game day one. I certainly will.
PlayStation and PC people
right.
too, because they're loving Forza Horizon on the console. I mean, on PC.
Yeah, but before you
and
jumped
Xbox.
on today, Sir X, before you jumped on, we brought this up earlier too. There was a category for best art direction, and all of us on this panel agreed that The South of Midnight should have been nominated in that category.
Yeah, that
and
game
it didn't even get a nomination.
That game beautiful,
right? Exactly,
Yeah.
and it's different, and it didn't even get a nom. Instead, like Hollow Knight Silksong, which is a sequel and has that typical hand drawn art style, got a nomination. And I'm not saying that's not a good game. That's not our point. But
right,
the point is,
right.
it should have been nominated, I think, at least.
Yeah, because I mean, real quick, in that game you were just talking about, you could look far in the background of that South of Midnight and still see things.
Yeah,
I feel like
instead of
when an Xbox game gets a
far away.
nomination, it's always in a category they know it won't win in. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, yes, the only times in the last few years an Xbox game kind of did win, it was usually when it was a Forza Horizon game or whatever, and it was always in the racing category, blah, blah, blah. But outside of that, and that's because that game is too hard to ignore, which kind of makes it weird that it's not even on the anticipated list. So, I don't know, kind of weird.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, but you said it for me. Because it's in the Xbox category, he wants to stay away from that. Yeah.
I just wanted to get back to a point in the chat because good buddy Chase Jones is in the chat. Chase Arkansas guys, great guy by the way, and he's a huge COD guy. Like as long as I've known him, he's the go-to guy in COD. Him and his brother play it like all the time. He's really good at it, and but when he's kind of going, yeah, you know, this COD dropped the ball. You know they've dropped the ball because he's hardcore and he loves multiplayer and he's playing Battlefield 6 more than Call of Duty. So that tells you they messed up this year. Just wanted to point that out because he brought it up in the chat. So Chase, shout out to you, brother. Hope you and the family are well, man. Good to see you in the chat today. Cookerman is here with us. We got Stevie Mac with us. We got Dizzy Delta in the chat. We got Frank's been hanging out with us. Pink Pickles is here as well. Mogsy, who I haven't seen in eternity, is here with us. Good to see everybody in the chat, guys. Awesome that you guys could come out today. Haven't been ignoring you. Just having a great conversation here and a lot of fun with these guys. So let's.
I promised Newf I wouldn't talk about Battlefield.
Well, that's why we wanted to wait until we sent you the link after we finished chatting about Battlefield.
I'm gonna be nice today.
He came in the chat. We started talking about Battlefield. It's like the fucking guy's got like his Peaky Blinders on for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about Battlefield.
Oh, I'm about to hit rank 69. This is, you know.
Well, you would hit 69, you old fart.
That's right.
All right. Let's move along. Most anticipated, like I'm going to say for me of that group, I would go with the Wolverine. Close second would be the Witcher, but I'm going to have to give it the Wolverine for mine outside of that group. I don't even know if the Witcher 4 is dropping next year. That's the thing, right?
That's a tough toss because a lot of people, they love the Witcher. I mean, they love.
Oh yeah, The Witcher is a great game. The Witcher 3 was incredible.
Witcher might be possible.
Witcher doesn't have a release date yet. They just said that it will say The Witcher 4 will not be released before 2027.
Right. So the fact that it's even on this list and the Forza Horizon, which you know it's coming next year, kind of makes this even look even sillier.
Right. And yeah, I guess the same could be said for GTA 6 all these past few years where it's like we had no idea when it was actually coming out, yet it was still on there, right?
And
so it's like
a release date for Wolverine.
I'm excited for
Wolverine comes out next November, I think, next fall.
Yeah.
So they say.
Right.
It will. It will.
The thing is like the only thing I could see on this, you know, like I said, besides Wolverine, like RE9 isn't getting delayed, so I would say RE9 obviously for me. So
Capcom usually delivers on time, man. They rarely miss hard deadlines.
Yeah.
Why is the new Metroid ain't on there?
Because it comes out next month.
All right, we got best action adventure game, and look who's going to be guaranteed clear obscure in here. Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
Subiote, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Split Fiction.
Wow, no
right.
Clair Obscur. Okay.
Not on that one. Apparently, it's not an action adventure game. Hey, but Indiana Jones finally got a nomination. Thank God.
I think Indiana Jones might be here. I think it'll win. It might win.
I think so. I think it deserves it.
Mhm.
You know, a very well done game. As far as like, you know, an adventure goes, I mean, there's nothing like an Indiana Jones story. You know what I mean? So I think, and obviously, like they've given it DLC. You know, they've obviously supported it. So, I enjoyed. I didn't. I still got to get around to like finishing it, but I did enjoy what I played of Indiana Jones. And that was one of those that kind of creeped in last year in December, kind of like how Metroid is creeping in because X-Men just asked about Metroid and that doesn't come out till next month. So a lot of these games kind of come out at the end of the year and they kind of like sneak up on you. And so this came out last December, so it's already almost been out for a year. And I just think Indiana Jones is a very well done game. I think some people might have missed out on it. And if you can grab it for like a sale price this holiday season, definitely pick it up, especially if you enjoy Indiana Jones. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah,
so
it's a
that would be my pick.
It's a must play.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, I beat it. I had a great time with that game. If I had one downside with the game, it's a little bit like it's not necessarily stealthy, but you're rewarded really for playing stealthy because that game gets pretty freaking hard if
It's
you start
tough.
going in with the guns, man.
Yeah. They don't give you a lot of ammo. You got to use a lot of melee weapons. And, you know, like you said, the stealth
it's made by the Wolfenstein crowd, but it plays nothing like Wolfenstein.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but the melees are actually one of the best ways to play that game because the guns they're okay, but you run out of ammo on them real fast.
That damn six shooter, yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, that would be my pick. As far as this category,
the puzzles in Indiana Jones though were amazing.
There were some good ones.
Especially
what would you pick, man?
Especially when you got to the church.
What were the options? I hear you all picking Indiana Jones.
Let's go back again. So we have going back here. Started with Death Stranding 2. Here we go. This is most anticipated. Hang on. Here we go. Right here. Best action adventure game. Oh, right here. First choice, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I thought it was going to be sex on the beach. There we go.
I know.
Ghost of Yotei. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yeah.
Split Fiction.
It'll be Indiana Jones for me as well.
Yeah, that's your pick. Okay.
That's my pick.
You know what?
Indiana Jones for you?
Think about it. Yeah, I choose Indiana Jones, but knowing Jeff Keighley, just like he gave It Takes Two award, and that shocked everybody, I would not be surprised if he goes to Split Fiction to keep it neutral.
Well, I think Split Fiction can win another category, but you never know.
I heard it's a great game.
I'm going to say that Ghost of Yotei, this is the one that Ghost of Yotei actually wins. Best Action Adventures, Ghost of Yotei, because I think Death Stranding is going to take the game of the year. So,
okay. That's fair.
All right. And let's go Best RPG. Avowed. Oh, Avowed actually got a nom. I'm friggin' floored. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's not going to win, though.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's going to win.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's going to win. Monster Hunter Wilds. Outer Worlds 2. Nobody's playing it anyway. There you go. There's your nomination. That should be an interesting category.
Exhibition.
Expedition, you think, Sir X-Men? Okay.
Yeah, Exhibition 33.
The only one I played was Monster Hunter out of that whole bunch. I don't play a lot of RPGs, so but even Monster Hunter this past year was just like okay. It wasn't as like, you know, it sold very well, but it wasn't like in a phenomenal game. It was just fun. It was a fun co-op game. It's fun hunting monsters. But you know, I don't think that's winning this category. You know, it is one of Capcom's most successful selling IPs, but I just don't think out of what it's against in this category, I think, you know, you have a decent contenders with Kingdom Come. And then obviously you have Avowed and you have Expedition. I don't know if Expedition is going to win this category. If it does, it might just be, like you said, it might kind of balance out somewhere in all these other categories. But yeah, that's so I would say Monster Hunter is the only one I played. But if I had to pick one, I think I don't know. I think it could be Expedition, or it just could be Kingdom Come, because honestly, like, that game was really good from what I've seen of it, even though I haven't played it. So
I'm gonna go with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because I played the first game and a little bit of the second game. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was really good. And the voice acting, all that stuff, the graphics, fantastic game.
Yeah, that came out in February too. So again, it was another game that kind of came out earlier in the year that just, it came out, did really well, and sold a bunch. So definitely on people's radars for sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, so far, Expedition 33 is running away with nominations. It's been in almost every category, it seems like. It's a tough category. I don't know. There's a few good contenders in there. I don't think Avowed is going to win it, though. I played Avowed and I actually really enjoyed it. But I honestly think it's going to go to Kingdom Come in this category, simply because it largely is like an RPG. It's going to win something, right? I think it's been nominated too many times here to miss out in all categories, and I think it best exemplifies that. Whereas I think Claire Obscure felt a little bit more like a traditional action story game with RPG elements, some of that sort of stuff. So that's why I think we'll differentiate it here. So, and like I said, you got the Outer Worlds. I don't know. Like I said, that game came out with very little fanfare, so it makes me wonder about it at all. Monster Hunter was a very popular title in this genre, but I don't know if it's going to win. It could go to Monster. I wouldn't be surprised, though.
So, it could.
Yeah.
It could. Let's go best fighting game. I know this is a category a few guys in the chat like, so I think even Sir X-Man's a big fighting game guy. All right, let's see what we got. What the fuck is that? What the hell was that?
I couldn't even tell.
Can you please at least have a font that people can read? Oh, there you go. There we go. Let's try it again. Oh, go back. Here we go. I mean, just pause it on there. I'm trying to read the damn thing.
Reading is fundamental.
What?
Sexco?
Ixco? How do you pronounce that?
Zico, maybe?
Okay. Something KO.
By default, because we can't say the name.
2XKO.
2XKO. Okay.
2XKO.
He's probably right on that one. Yeah, 2XKO, whatever the hell that is.
I've heard of it.
All right. Hey, Fighting Collection. 2.
Yes. That's all. Man,
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
It's all right.
Mortal Kombat Collection.
Mortal
Virtua Fighter 5 Revo.
I played the demo. That's not bad, the Virtual 5.
All right, there you go. Some hotties and some oldies, some throwbacks in there for the Fighter of the Year. That's out of that 2XKO game, which we had trouble pronouncing, which probably doesn't bode well for an award.
Hold on one second. Is this thing even out yet? 2XKO? I don't even think it's. I don't know if this is out. I'm looking it up now. It just says it's coming out in 2025, but it doesn't even have a release date yet.
Wow.
So how can you have it in there?
Oh, wait. It's free. Yeah, it just says it's an upcoming game. It's free to play fighting game, but it's not out yet. And it's set in the universe of League of Legends. So it's a League of Legends fighting game.
Oh.
What the fuck?
But it's not out yet. So what are we doing?
So they have a demo out.
Jeff Keighley, what the fuck are we doing, man? It's not out yet.
There's a demo for it. I bet.
There's a demo, but again, you're not going to judge it off of you know what I mean? Like, why are we putting it in a? This is odd because this category you have collections, so you're basically saying the best fighting game is an old fighting game, which isn't bad. I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's just odd that we don't have enough fighting games that are current that they could put in here that came out this year.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
That's kind of bullshit.
There actually wasn't that many newer fighting games except for the Virtua Fighter and that other one, but there aren't too many this year, believe it or not. That's surprising.
I mean, I love the like all the like the Capcom fighting collection. That's awesome. Yeah, that stuff is great. The online actually worked. Like, it kind of was like what Mortal Kombat should have been. like having
Yeah.
The
lobbies.
lobbies, yeah,
Yep,
me and
all that
Perry talked
stuff.
about that multiple times.
Yeah, so I can only speak for the Capcom Fighting Collection. That will get my pick.
Yes.
Because I played that and it was really good. Really enjoyed that. Perry, I saw him play Mortal Kombat. I heard his gripes with it. He does like it, but I'll let you take the floor on that one, Perry. What do you think?
Oh yeah, repeat. I need to do this fatality rewind. I need to do this fatality rewind. That's Perry.
That's true.
Mortal Kombat all day long would have taken this for me, but the game came out broken and borked, and
they didn't have a lobby. They
don't have the lobbies yet. They launched the game with no lobbies, and they let people know the day before after everyone pre-ordered it.
Yeah, that's scuzzy. That's really scuzzy.
It's digital Eclipse. They did this with Power Rangers last year. They screwed everyone over on that. They ruined that game. They did it this time with Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately,
they fixed that in Power what do you call
Power
it? Damn
Rangers.
thing? Power Rangers. They fixed
it, but it's still a shitty game now. Like, you know
but
what I
it's
mean?
better than it was. They still need to
it's better
fix
than it
Soul
was.
Calibur 6
That's not saying
multiplayer.
much, unfortunately.
They haven't fixed Soul Calibur 6 multiplayer, so
oh wow.
Yeah, it's still goofy. But back to the main thing. Marvel vs. Capcom Collection 2 is phenomenal. It's perfect. I got the Fight for Ben's thing. I got Rival Schools. And they run smooth. There's no glitching, no nothing when you play online with people. It's a better compilation than
and they
Mortal
gave us the games we wanted.
now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't dick around like Mortal Kombat. Oh, we don't have the license of this, but you have that game. Oh yeah, but we have the. What do you mean? You had the same MK3 on Genesis. Isn't the same as UMK3 on Genesis with the licensing? Like, come on.
And like I told you the other day, real quick, with that, there is no way in this generation where you got everybody that you make fighting games for have lobbies since back in the 360.
Right.
Even the old Xbox One had lobbies. OG had fighting lobbies. There is no way now that you do. There's no excuse for not having lobbies in that Mortal Kombat game. No excuse.
I agree.
And this goes back to Power Rangers again last year, Digital Eclipse. They did the same thing. They said, oh yeah, you could play with all the guys online, with all the Power Rangers online. You could do 5-player multiplayer. Now it's like, okay, you could do 2 or 3 people per console online. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of selling you on false promises, which again is a bad thing in the industry.
And again, they did the same thing. They let you know, like right when the game was coming out, that this was going to be an issue with the game.
Yeah.
They either sell you false promises or they don't even try at all, like they did with Battletoads.
Oh, they lied.
They're
like, oh yeah, play with your friends online, and like the Switch version, you can only play with 2 people online.
So stupid.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah,
I would have 3 people for the Xbox version, and I think the PlayStation version. You have 3 people in your house playing, so you can play with another Xbox on the internet with 3 people on their couch.
That's
just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like a mind fuck.
But they didn't tell us that until the game came out.
Right.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Like
I wish
Eclipse.
Capcom takes this one all day long.
Capcom, yeah. That's
so looks like both for Capcom. I don't have a lot to say on this. I mean, obviously, I wish I could. My personal favorite of this crowd would be Mortal Kombat, but again, I haven't played it yet. I'm actually waiting for the physical version to come out for the Switch.
Me too, Newf.
Pick up
I'm picking it up for the Switch when they launch the physical
Get the Switch 2 version.
Man, you can't
Switch
play
1 version.
Newf.
You can't play Mortal Kombat 4 online with the Switch 1 version, but you can with the Switch 2 version. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not. It's all
ridiculous.
It's all messed up. But yeah, I'm with Newf. I'm getting the physical Switch 2 version, or just a physical version of it. So I will be getting it. I'm just kind of waiting. But I just before, I know we got to move on to action game, but I just want to say, yeah, the two XKO thing is bullshit, because I'm looking it up here. It was only released for early access in October for like a little beta demo, like X-Band said, but like it's not out. So like, what are we doing?
I just put it in there to put something in it.
Yeah, they had to pad it out. They're like, fuck it, we'll just put this early release access game in there. It's like, I don't know, but anyway.
All right. Well, let's move right along to best action game. Well, here we go. Let's just figure it out. Ooh, Battlefield 6.
Oh, that's X-Man's game.
We got Doom, The Dark Ages.
That was a good game.
Hades 2. Oh, Ninja Gaiden 4.
I don't know.
Oh, Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
There you go. Shinobi getting some love.
Boom. All right,
So this
that's
is the
a
last
stacked
category.
category. I like that. I'm torn on that one.
What? There's no Call of Duty. It made it.
No COD.
Again, this is action
No
game.
Call of
That's
Duty
where
this
this
year.
one gets tricky. Yes,
Action.
Battlefield 6 is an action game, but if you look at the competition in that category, Battlefield's the only shooter.
That is
Everything
interesting,
else
right?
is kind of a side-scrolling hack and slash, that sort of shit. So,
Old school.
yeah. What do you guys think? What do you think, Perry? What are you taking here?
Is there not a shooter category? It's only action.
No, there is a shooter category. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That was
Jeff just
Okay.
wants to throw it in there.
Oh.
Just he knows Battlefield is hot right now. That's the thing.
So you get your BF6.
I'm gonna go Battlefield 6 or Shinobi.
Okay. Then you got Doom,
Oh, Doom. You gotta
Hades
be-
2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi.
All right, I'm gonna be the odd man out. Even though I love Shinobi and Battlefield, I'm gonna say
Mhm.
Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah, I
pick.
was thinking Doom also, but I love
Okay.
Battlefield. But I was thinking
Like Microsoft might actually bag an award. You never know.
Yeah, you don't know. I like, I think with some of the action stuff, like you said, it's kind of different because you're going from different like styles. But I didn't play Doom as much as I really want to. But I could really only go with Battlefield 6 on this. But if I played Doom, I think I might actually really enjoy Doom as far as like the single player experience, probably a little bit more on Doom. Obviously, Doom
you're
doesn't
gonna
have
like Doom
multiplayer.
when you ever get a chance to play it.
Yeah, because like what happened was I was waiting to play it on PC. I got my PC built, and I just never really played it. Like I didn't actually like pick it up. But I want to play it. So I do enjoy Doom, but all I played in this category is Battlefield. So as far as the multiplayer side of things, I got to go for action game for multiplayer. I got to go with Battlefield 6. I know people came at the campaign for being short and stuff like that, but I played a little bit of the campaign, and I actually really did enjoy it as well. So that would be my pick.
Yeah, I liked it too. I beat it to the end too.
Yeah.
Nice. For me, I mean, my personal fave here would be Shinobi Art of Vengeance. So far, I think it's actually my game of the year. But
Oh, wow,
I don't think it's going to get it. I think this one could be a toss-up. I think Perry might be right. I think Doom might actually take this category. I mean, nothing exemplifies action, than Doom. I mean, Doom is just pure nonstop, just blasting and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it might.
I really want Shinobi to
Yeah.
win because I grew up with that on the Genesis and
Yeah, we all did.
Ninja Gaiden,
Kinda came-
strong one, but I don't think it's going to take it though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of came and went though. Like it came out, people talked about it, but I don't know if it was like as good as like the other games. Like I don't really have an opinion on all the Ninja Gaiden games because I only played so much. I played like 1 and 2 back then, but
Right.
maybe people liked it. I'm not, I don't want to speak out of terms here, but yeah, maybe it's just something that maybe it just wasn't. It didn't live up to the hype. Maybe I don't know. Like I really don't know.
Yeah, when you guys mentioned the older games, I can't believe that the new Onimusha was not one of the most anticipated games.
Yeah, I think it was nominated last year, but not on this year's nominees. which is odd.
Interesting. Yeah, because Onimusha doesn't have a release date. It just says 2026, so I think we might get that
Oh.
next fall.
And again, neither did The Witcher 4.
Near to the Witcher
Right.
4, yeah. But to Newf's point earlier, like Capcom does deliver on dates typically. Like they'll only push it back sometimes if it doesn't have a number date.
Right.
Like Pragmata, they pushed that
Mhm.
back a couple years, but they did it accordingly. Now that's coming out next year. So I think you have Ari in the beginning of the year, then you're gonna have Pragmata probably in the summer, and then Onimusha maybe fall from what I'm hearing, but I don't know. That could be false, it could be true. We'll see.
Oh, that's day one for me. I might have to buy a PS5 for that now because
Onimusha is going to be. I think that's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be a great game. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There you go. Let's move on to the next category. We're almost done here now, guys. Getting there. Okay, Jeff McKeely, stop your spiel.
It's got to get into the
innovation and accessibility. Again, this is Cerebral Pulse, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Outfall, Doom the Dark Ages, FC26, South of Midnight. There we go.
Yeah.
You guys want to chat on that one? Or can I pass it? I don't know. It's accessibility. It's like one of the it's an important category, but
it is. Yeah.
Right.
I played it and real quick, then everybody take them. South of Midnight has a lot of accessibility features.
For those of you not sure what they're talking about, accessibility is like control, difficulty controls, control scheme controls, colorblind options.
They're talking about in-game options for accessibility. That's what they mean. It's nothing out, like a USB or something like that. It's in-game. And South of Midnight even got a God mode where you can't die.
That's pretty cool.
So they got and you can just play through the story. Nice. And it's got even more accessibility than that. So that's why I'll give it to South of Midnight for that. All right, I'm done.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. Like we said, we don't really have much to say on this, but it's cool that these games offer that option. What I will say that one of the best that I've ever seen is Last of Us Part 2. That has some of the best accessibility options I think I've ever seen. But you're right, X-Man. I'm sure that South of Midnight did the same, like a similar thing, maybe even amped it up more. But it's cool that these companies have that option. And I just don't really, I didn't play all these games to know all the accessibility, which is better. But if South of Midnight has that many, then that could easily win this category.
Sure. Like I said, it's important to a lot of people to have accessibility, ease of play, and just it breaks down the walls for people that have issues with physicality or like I said, color blindness and things like that. So so it's good that a lot of games are trying to think about it's a small thing, but it's a big thing. So let's go best family game. Most of us here got families or lack thereof. I know I don't have a family. I got 4 cats, so they don't apply. But
I played that game in God mode because I just wanted to get through the story. I didn't care about nothing else. I'm old. I just want to get through these stories.
That's fair,
me too, man.
Yeah,
that's why.
It's a shame because a lot of games don't see
sheets.
Yeah.
You said they include a Game Shark in South of Midnight? Oh, what you saying, Perry?
Yeah, I actually did use the trainers for that. I didn't even know there was an accessibility option.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there you
Best
go.
family game. All right, let's see what it's going to be. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh, God.
We got Lego Party.
Oh, God.
Lego Voyagers. Mario Kart World.
It's going
Sonic
to Mario Kart.
Racing Crossroads. And Split Fiction. That's a pretty
Split
good category.
Mario Kart. It's going to Mario Kart.
I think it's going to go to Mario Kart. My pick's Mario Kart.
But there's a racing category.
That's true, but it doesn't matter because it's Nintendo. So
you got to take family.
Nintendo got to get something in here, dude.
Because when I think family, I think more than family. It's subjective, I guess, right? But I'm thinking like a family game. I'm thinking how many people can we put on this console at once? 4 players, right? Split Fiction, it's 1 co-op person. That's fine. It's fun, but like. Family, I'm like, yo, we got to play 4-player split screen. What games have 4-player split screen nowadays? Barely any besides racing games. This has to be Mario Kart.
And a game that doesn't take someone like 30 minutes to figure out the controls and get into it.
Racing,
right?
Split Fiction will win racing then. So I don't know. Well, Split Fiction's another category, so let it win them. I don't know, man. It's just when you think Switch 2, what the hell else was out for months? Mario Kart was the only shit to play. So that's just going to win.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but that guy that made Split Fiction, he wins at all the Game Awards. He's got to win something.
He won Game of the Word.
I bet there's another category for that game.
Game of the Year.
Let's see how this works.
Yeah. He'll win Game of the Year. They get it for like I said, the other one. they'll do it for that one just to keep it neutral.
That when It Takes Two came out, it was very unique and it didn't have as much competition as this year. I mean, if you're going to think Split Fiction is going to beat Death Stranding 2 with Kojima, come on, man. You know,
how many of us were surprised with all them games in that category that year that the one whatchamacallit won the award? Mm-hmm. How many of us were surprised that It Takes Two won the award? I was like, what? We were all surprised.
But what award was that was what game of the year, right? So that's the thing. Yeah. It's like I don't know if, you know, and again, I'm not trying to discount his games because again, I do think they're great multiplayer games. I like the fact that he still has games that you can play split screen and couch co-op. Like, I respect that guy just for doing that, because that's kind of faded away. You know, he's kept that alive. I can't knock it for that. You know what I mean? So, but I just think like, but even this is stupid, like this category, because it's like family. Okay, Donkey Kong. Yeah, it's single player. I'm thinking multiplayer games, right?
No, exactly. I'm with Anthony. I think Mario Kart takes it. Sonic could be a close second, but this Mario Kart resonates with people where Sonic is a good hit, but it's like when people are talking about kart racers, man, it's always Mario Kart.
That's true. And with Mario Kart, you can even have a camera and show your face while you're racing people.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to play that later on today. I'm home all day.
You said you got cats, but no family. But listen to me. You had your cat on camera by accident that one time in Mario Kart. So the cat did play the game with you. You're good to go.
Yeah, and I honestly think, just real quick, that I think best multiplayer will go to Split Fiction because that is in that category. I know Arc Raiders is out there, but I still think that Split Fiction could easily take that category.
That's multiplayer. All right.
I mean, it's got multiple nominations, so at least that in itself is kind of like, you know, like it's good. The game's getting recognized.
Right.
And I love the fact that you only have to buy the one copy and somebody else.
Best multiplayer is going to be Battlefield 6. Best multiplayer.
All right, let's move on to the next best sim strategy game. We'll make this one quick. I don't think most of us care, but here we go. We got The Alters.
What the hell is that?
Final Fantasy Tactics, The Invalids Chronicles, Jurassic World 3 Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, 2 Point Museum.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Everybody is praising the Jurassic Park 3, though. Everybody I know is praising Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, I'll pass on that category. I haven't played a single one of those games, and none of them look very fun to me. So,
yeah, me neither. But I'm just going by what my friends say who played Jurassic Park, and they said they love it.
And each and every year, the most controversial category, which again is stupid because it should be best racing game and a best sports game. I think they should have its own separate category, not be rolled into one. But why this fucking still exists is beyond me. I think you guys will probably agree with that. I mean, yes, I get that racing is a sport, but like, I think it should be like, or even have it a separate category where it is best racing game and best sports racing game, right?
Right.
I think it's like an F1 game. If it's based on a real world physics, like then I definitely think it's, you know, like goes more of as a sport. But when you're doing Forza Horizon and Mario Kart, I don't know, should like Mario Kart be considered into a sports racing category?
Right, because it's already in the family category. It's already in the family category. So, you know, but again, it's racing. So it's like,
it is racing.
I feel like they're just trying to like you said, pad out some of these categories.
All right, well, let's find out what they are. Here we go. FC 26. F1 25.
All the annual games.
Mario Kart World. Rematch. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. There you go.
I have no idea what rematch is.
Where's the newest set of Corsa that came out this year? That's actually better than the other racing games. Where is that at?
So who do you think takes best sports racing game?
It's going to Mario Kart.
Just Mario Kart.
Just Mario Kart. It just wins them all.
Yeah, I mean, he might not be wrong. I mean, but again, they try to make this like, well, the fans are voting on this. But again, like I said, there's a little bit of like, you know, I think that's true and it's not, right? At the same time, Mario Kart is only in 2 categories, best family and best sports. If it doesn't win best family, it's going to win this one, right? So if Perry's right, like if best family goes to like Split Fiction, for example, which it could, or one of the Lego games randomly, Mario Kart could easily win this one. If Mario Kart wins the last one as well, I don't know. I don't even think they would give it to Sonic as like a pity award. You know what I mean? I love Sonic, but Sonic Racing unfortunately kind of got like the crappy end of the stick with like it's not even released on the Switch 2 yet, and it's like there's like certain things that I wish like were a little bit better prepared for that game. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could easily just go to Mario Kart.
You know who got snubbed again? What do you call it? College football 20, the new one, 26.
Madden didn't get a nom. College didn't get a nom. Hockey didn't get a nom. There's a lot of sports. NBA 2K is not even in this conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Where the hell are all the like the normal sports stuff? I mean, this is a sports category.
You know why? Because those games are too old now. The new ones are coming out in a couple of months.
Right.
Well, Madden just
dropped, right?
No, college football.
Madden 26 just launched. NBA 26 just launched. Like what? Back in
college
September,
football been out already.
Yeah,
just like last year, the new college was there, and it outsold every.
They had to get rid of a couple of them so they could squeeze in Mario Kart and the Sonic game.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Well, that's my thing. It's like, why are we getting those repeat games? We just saw them for family when you could have just put in, you know, like the other annual sports games. Like I really don't know.
You know why FIFA and F1 because they're really popular across the world. That makes sense. Like FIFA is probably the most popular sports game on the planet, bar none. Even if it's not that big over here.
Absolutely. The thing is like, but again, it's like, yeah, you'd have them, but where's Madden 26? Where's NCAA? To your point, like I just don't know why that. You know, I know it's like the normal for people every year to play those games, and some people might be like, oh, it's the same stuff every year for like Madden, right? But like, still put it in there. I mean, you don't have to put the racing games in there to like Mario Kart and Sonic to pad it out when we have other options. You know, that's my thing. Like you said, NBA, NHL, like even if they're not like game of the year for this category contenders, it's like still put them in there if you really want to pad it out. But I don't know.
Correct. I think for this one, it could go to Mario Kart, but if it's not, I think it's F1 that takes it because those games are pretty damn good. That's what I think would take.
That makes sense.
I love F1 games. Yeah, F1 games.
Yeah, they're really good. All right, let's move on to the next one. Then we're going to breeze past this real quick. It's best esports game. My motor really gives a shit. Not in this room anyway. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, Valorant. Like
big pass.
That's fucking list the same list every fucking year. Every year.
Same list every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
Right?
But Valorant is kicking on their heels though.
Yeah.
It didn't get nominated though, right? So
it did, got nominated. But I guarantee you it's going to be League of Legends again.
No, I think it's going to be Valorant this year.
All right. Ass of Legends at Stevie Mac. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's skip past that. I don't think anybody gives a shit, but I'm going to say League of Legends. Best esports athlete. It's Ernie, Bert, Big Bird, Snuffleupagus, Menard.
What the hell is that guy?
Yeah, who gives a shit? See you guys later. Have a good night. Oh, look, best esports team. NRG, Team Falcons, Team Liquid PH.
Liquid PH.
Team Vitality.
Team Go Fuck Yourself. Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pass on those guys. Sorry, guys that are watching that might like that stuff.
Yeah, I know. If you like it, you came to the wrong podcast.
Yeah, and we're not gonna bring light when I stream.
That old saying, keep it to yourself.
That was the fastest two categories we've been through the whole day.
Yes, it has.
That's great. I love it. All right, we're almost done now because we're down to best game direction. So I think we're down to the last 2 or 3 games. Best game direction, obviously, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. First one on the list. I think that's like its 6th nomination now. Let's see what the next one is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Split Fiction. There you go.
There's
So game direction. Now, this is the one I think Split Fiction actually takes. I think it's in game direction because they're going to give it to Joseph Fares.
Yeah, and
right?
It's got story mode with it, deep story mode. Whatever.
Or this could be a Kojima one. What do you think?
So yeah.
I mean, it could easily be the Kojima Tachi-san's right into right into Kojima for this one. I don't know. I mean, but also I feel like Ghost of Yotei could easily get this too. You know what I mean? that's the thing. Like, I don't know if if you think about all these categories that all these games are in, it's kind of hard to wonder like which one is going to get one versus the other. Like, are they gonna try to like switch it up? Or are they gonna try to, I don't know. I feel like could be Death Stranding 2 or Ghost for this one. But again, I can't really, as far as like picking it on my own like experience, I didn't play a lot of these, so that's the only thing. But I would have to say I might go with Death Stranding 2 on this one. But if it wins Game of the Year, or if Death Stranding is going to win Game of the Year, for example, this could easily go to Ghost then. You know what I mean? So, or Split Fiction. I mean, it could be, I don't know. I really don't know, honestly.
I'm going to say my take real quick. If Kojima wins here for Death Stranding, then the Game of the Year goes to Expedition. If it goes the opposite way around, then it'll go the other way, where Death Stranding will win Game of the Year. Because like I said in the chat, do you think Kojima gets more upset that he wins Game of the Year over Best Director, right? He seems like kind of the guy that's got a little bit of an ego trip going. So I don't know what he takes more personally.
You're right. He wants to do his own movie. He's been wanting that for years. So
they rarely give the same game in this category. In my history of the Game Awards, they rarely give Best Director to the same people that win the Game of the Year. Like they almost, like I said, it's almost like they nullify one category if somebody wins. So when was the last time you watched a Game Award where a game gets nominated for 6 awards and cleans up in like 5 of the 6 categories? Hardly ever, right?
God of War.
Yeah, I mean, so it's funny if you actually go to the website, the Game Awards website, and you look up the game, it actually tells you how many categories it's nominated for. So Death Stranding, it's literally 8 categories, and then Split Fiction is 4 categories, and then Ghost is let me see what this is. Ghost is another 8 categories, or I'm sorry, 9 categories. So
wow.
Or 8 categories. Sorry. So yeah, it seems like a lot of these are just like, they're constantly getting nominated because, again, I'm sure they're great games and they're in there. But yeah, so it's a very tough call on this one. And same thing with Game of the Year. So it's going to be the same thing with the last category. So,
so who do you guys think overall wins Best Director? Perry.
Man, I don't even know.
Split Fiction. You think Joseph Fares gets a category here?
For Best Director, I'll give it to him. Why not?
No. Anthony, it sounds like you're leaning toward Kojima.
Yeah, I think this might be a Keighley and Kojima affair here. I think. I think Death Stranding too.
Okay. Sir X?
Yeah, I think Jeff Keighley will give his buddy Kojima a bone.
Okay. Yeah, Kojima probably wins the director. Yeah, I think so. Which will make the next category a little more interesting. All right, let's get down to the final one of the day. The big one, of course, the one that everybody talks about. The one that you remember from every award show is who wins the Game of the Year. Let's see. Here we go. Take it on. Oh, there you go. First game on the nomination list. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. That's going to be Death Stranding 2. Yeah, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Hades 2. Hollow Knight Silksong. Kingdom Come Deliverance. And Split Fiction, right? Nope. No. Split Fiction didn't get nominated. Wow.
Oh boy.
We got Hollow Knight and Hades 2 in that list. Couple little indie titles there.
Interesting.
I can tell you which one doesn't win. It's not going to be Donkey Kong.
No, even though I will say Donkey Kong is a very fun game. I have played it. We kind of knew that it was going to be Game of the Year because we knew that, it was going to be in the category, not the Game of the Year, but we had a feeling that it was going to be. Because that was like the one Nintendo game that wasn't Mario Kart that was going to be able to jump in before the deadline. So I did enjoy Donkey Kong. It's not Game of the Year, but I think I don't know. I think Expedition could easily win this though and surprise everybody. But it depends on what it wins up until this point. because when we're 4 hours in on this show and it's like 12 o'clock at night and we're tired and we get to this category, this conversation might be completely different because we just saw who won the other categories, right? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting as this evolves, right? But you know, again, I wish I had a little bit more. I didn't play Hades, didn't play Hollow Knight, didn't play Kingdom Come, but like I'm gonna just be the offshooter here. If Death Stranding gets the Keeley for director, I'm gonna say Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I can see that.
There you go.
That's my prediction.
Look, I mean, this is a solid category. There's no question. I don't think there's a bad choice in the Game of the Year talk conversation right now.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about Hollow Knight. I've heard great things about Hades too. People were looking forward to it. So I'm not here to slam those games. I mean, it's nice too that some of the smaller indies are getting in there.
Absolutely.
And like I said, and Claire Obscure, I think we'd all agree that that's one of those indies that really crosses that boundary where it's like it's an indie, but it's almost borderline like AAA, right? With the quality,
it's got the mainstream
presentation,
appeal, right?
Exactly,
and the story
word of mouth.
And
the word of mouth is really getting around. Like I've heard a lot of people talk very positively about this game, and it's so much positive that I actually even tried it myself. I didn't play much of it, but I was enjoying what I did. So it's one of those games I might give another shot at down the road here. So maybe it'll be on sale. That'd be the perfect sale game for me because it's not like one of those I must have it games, but it's one of I must try it. Right?
Yeah.
The thing they
must try it.
The thing most people say about because I still want to play it. Expedition 33 is that it plays like what fantasy should be. That's what I hear from people. It plays like fantasy, should be. And that's a big compliment coming from a game with a new generation swing to it. The story, how they got there, is from what I hear and I've seen in videos and stuff of people playing it, incredible.
Yeah.
So
I've seen.
I want this game.
I agree. as far as like just because you get a lot of these like these swords and these like these role playing or RPG games that a lot of them kind of blend together. Where it seems like Expedition is kind of breaking that ceiling, like Newf said, where you're actually hearing about it a lot and it's being talked about. And I agree with what Newf's saying. Like we never, just because I haven't played some of these games too, like I definitely respect all these games and all these categories. Like I definitely understand that just to break through and to have some recognition is hard enough for some of these games that are, new IPs, or if they're coming off of a sequel or something like that, you know what I mean? Just to fight in those categories. But, I just think that like if Expedition doesn't win as many categories as it gets nominated for up until this point, it can easily be Expedition, no questions asked, considering it's been in almost every single category like Death Stranding. So I guess it really depends on, again, like I said, the conversation will be different when it's at the end of the show and we see how many takeaways Death Stranding got. We see how many takeaways Expedition got, or Hades 2, so we could be surprised by this, but like I said, I'm going to go with Kingdom Come, but I'm sure all these games are solid. So it is definitely like a hard category. If Kojima gets nothing up until this point, it can easily be Death Stranding too. Because but again, like you said, typically they don't give it to a lot of people that are in these categories a lot. They won't give them every single award. So
no,
we'll see. That's why I'm curious. Like if Hollow Knight or Hades 2 doesn't win those other categories that we saw them in, then they could easily just randomly just win Game of the Year here. So we'll see. We'll have to see. But not horrible picks. I mean, we definitely didn't have like as bad of a year in gaming as far as like releases. We've had some solid release, schedule lined up, the whole year. I'm sure, the console and the company news is always, that's a whole different category. But at least as far as games, like if you look at this as a whole, the one thing that this stream has kind of showed me is that we actually did get some solid games in the past year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though I haven't played everything, I only have so much time. We all have so much time in a day, but I definitely want to, check out your Death Strandings. I want to check out, I want to check out Kingdom Come Deliverance because, again, my friend Brandon loves that game. That's probably his Game of the Year pick. So I've heard great things about all these games. So, I'm curious to see if I can check some of these out before the Game Awards in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's pretty good. It's a strong year, lots of representation, and like you said, you've got a Sony first party game on there, a Nintendo first party game on there, some third party stuff, and once again, Xbox is not in the Game of the Year conversation, even though they had the best year ever for releases. But there you go, not in that conversation. Xbox
they only
tax,
throw Avowed a bone for some reason. They throw Avowed that one category, you know.
Yeah, what was that, RPG? Wasn't it?
Yeah, RPG. Yeah.
Why wasn't it in there? Why wasn't it Indiana Jones in Game of the Year?
That's
Why?
actually a good point. That's actually a good point. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe they just gave it action.
They're good enough to be nominated in a category, but they never make that final list of Game of the Year. Because again,
that's because
everybody forgets what game wins categories. It's like the Olympics, right? We don't even remember the gold medal winner, and it's the same thing. The other categories, you kind of like, I don't even remember who was nominated, but we always remember who won
Game of the Year. Right.
And that's a huge talk, and that's a huge bulletin point. That's a huge, ego boost for those companies, right?
You put it on the front of your cover,
fits in
right?
there every year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And the only reason that Elden Ring won that year, because it was just too big to ignore. It was too big for them to ignore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was
and that's messed up.
Yeah, I mean, did it have success? Was it a great game? According to people that I know that played it, they loved it. But like you said, was it the game of the year, or was it just because it was the biggest talk of the town? Yeah. You know,
Frank brings up that it came out in 2020. He's right. Yes, Indiana Jones launched in December 2024. It was a late launch, but that's why it got nominated this year at all, because it didn't make last year's nominees. Right. So is that a discredit to those games when they come out past the date? Because it's kind of like the movie industry. If you come out in the first quarter of the year, you basically get forgotten about.
Yep.
Or is it the last part? I forget, because the award shows are always usually in February. Aren't they February month?
Yeah. So January is February is the when they have the Oscars, but January is when they call that dump month in Hollywood, where they just put out the crappier films the beginning of the year. Now sometimes you get good movies, but usually the first 3 months can be dependent on what it is. Sometimes you get good movies, but but you're right. Like this came out, like Indiana Jones came out, I think December 7th or December 10th, something like that last year. And then you have Metroid, for example, which is a Nintendo exclusive, obviously. And that's coming out in December, and that's also not on here, but maybe next year it will be. But it's like, I don't know what, again, who makes the cutoffs? Like these are things that like they just, because I guess they want to give people time to play it, to experience it, to vote on it. That's the idea. That's
why I like the DICE Awards and the other ones that do their awards after January. That's why I think a lot of them are more true to where Game Awards should be. You get the game to the end of the year, and then you put out your award show near the end, like the Grammys do. They wait till the end of the year because there might be a movie that sneaks in there in the December.
Yeah, no, that is a good point, X-Man. That like the timing, right? Like we're doing this in December, but all these other award shows are February or March. Like it's like why do we have to like creep in right before Christmas? But like but what Perry says all the time is that it is also an advertisement for some of these games to get purchase, or if they go on sale before the end of the year. So I think maybe that's also a point to that, is like maybe they just feel the need to just like, we got to advertise our new stuff and the world premiere announcements that they always have before the end of the year, but we also have to sell all this stuff before the end of the year too. But again, like you said, it's like, just do it in February. That we wouldn't care. Just be like, okay, give everyone to the end of the year. Metroid comes out or Indiana Jones comes out, and then you take a look back and say, okay, this is the year in review. What do we like? I definitely agree with that. That's something that like I don't think a lot of us have really mentioned before, or at least like watching some of the stuff, is like, why isn't it just on a different date? Like, even if the Spike Awards back in the day that Keeley used to host was in December, why did you have to keep this the same month? You know what I mean? But
right, they got to sell this stuff for Christmas.
They got to sell it. Yeah. So it's just like, we kind of know the inner workings of like their weird mindset. Yeah. But it's like, it's also just like, like Indiana Jones kind of got crept in here a little bit, but I agree. Like Indiana Jones should have taken one of these spots here. But again, I'm not saying none of these games don't deserve to be in the nomination category of Game of the Year, but like it would have been cool to see Indiana Jones get something more than action adventure game, even though that's what it is. it still has the makings of a varsity athlete. No, makings of a to quote Sopranos. It still has the makings of a game of the year. You know what I mean? It had a big budget. It had great directing in it, as far as like how the scenes were directed, how it was written. I mean, it has all the qualities of your Death Strandings, where it's like these big narratives. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Anthony, check it out. How can you call it game of the year when you don't have every game of that year? That's my problem.
Right.
That's why game of the year should be in your next year, like we agreed, in January or February, when all the games are tabulating it up and you get the true percentage of where these games sit by the exact end of the year in December. It should not be, in December. It shouldn't be there.
We agree with you, but like Frank says in the chat, and he's 100% right. Obviously, the Game Awards isn't completely funded by Jeff Keighley. He gets sponsorships. These companies pay him to basically put a lot of the advertisements there. He's got relationship with these companies. And a lot of these games, like the word of mouth and these awards are going to help them sell exponential more copies, either going into the holiday season or into next year. Like I guarantee you now, if you hadn't heard about Expedition 33 at this point, you have now.
You have now.
And you're probably more likely to check it out or dump your money on it, especially if it has a sale coming up, right? This would be a perfect time to put it on sale because it'll get more eyes on it. It'll sell more copies. This is the whole point. Like there's a strategy behind it. It's to make the holiday sales season. You know, they're not like the box office. They're not trying to sell tickets within a 2-month window.
Yeah, corporate shield.
Corporate shield, man. That's all it's about. I guess Microsoft doesn't pay fucking Keighley enough money to get their shit going in there.
No, but this is what
it's funny because Phil Spencer's on the board of the Game Awards.
Yeah, but again, we always know that Keighley's a PlayStation guy. He loves everything that comes out with them. There's a difference the way he does stuff. Right. We all remember how he liked the way he rubbed that announcement of Indiana Jones in.
Oh yeah,
coming to PlayStation, and it pissed a lot of people off.
And it's on PlayStation.
Yeah, right. It's not hard to see his biases are like extremely huge. Again, the whole Kojima thing proves it because
100%.
Again, he liked Kojima. Kojima's a decent guy, makes some pretty cool shit. Nobody's arguing that. But the fact that you bring him out year after year after year he almost looks like he's the only director in the industry that makes a fucking video game.
Come on, man.
I mean, if anybody should be up on the stage, it should be Shigeru Miyamoto, the friggin' grandfather of pretty much every great game of all time.
Well, that's the thing too. Like you have to, like you said, like we've kind of seen these patterns before, and I think that's why a lot of this doesn't really surprise us at this point, because we kind of seen like through the lines here, read between the lines. Like, okay, this is why these things are kind of laid out, even though some of it isn't fair. Some of it seemed, like I said, even like the voting for the fans, like right now, you can cast 29 votes on the website. They say everything is, but again, it's just kind of like a gauge. It's not really like, well, this won because you guys had your vote. It's like, not really. It's like there's money involved. There's business. There's different things. There's suits involved, stuff beyond what we talk about here. So
my choice for game of the year should have been in that category. And I'm sorry, but Battlefield 6 took everything. So what is a shooter? It still was the biggest and one of the and a polished game at the end of the year. Why can't you have shooters in that category for game of the year? Why does it have to be so snobbish?
They get considered, but I mean, the last time a shooter was like a shooter that kind of had any notoriety was probably Half-Life.
It was Modern Warfare.
You're going back to Half-Life. I mean, the last time a Call of Duty game even got close to or Call of Duty or Battlefield was ages ago. Like, they're hardly ever in the conversation, no matter how good they are.
That's true.
And it should be.
When there was more like magazines around and stuff like that, you would probably get more variety of like your Call of Duties or Battlefield's winning game of the year. But now that everything's been like, all those video game articles and stuff, now it's all just online, and like, you'll still have, your GameSpot, your IGN's game of the year, all that crap. You're going to have that. And their categories might look different. The last time I think Resident Evil actually won a game of the year was the original Resident Evil 4 in 2005. That swept
Right.
up everybody,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
But and as we know this, and Perry knows this too, we talked about this, me and Perry, is that they don't put remakes in there ever. They just won't. And if they do, they'll never pick it. They might put it in there for show, but they'll never pick it. Like next year, RE9 could be in this category. It could. I could stand corrected. It could, but at the same time, will it get picked? Probably not, because horror is still niche. And if you put it up against, your Kojima games or your indie games, that's going to appeal to like an audience that can digest that stuff.
They don't have a horror. They don't have a horror genre award, do they? Because they can literally do. There's so many horror games now between VR, VR indies and AAAs. There's so many horror games that come out every year now. They could literally have their own category. You can do it for a racing game. You can do one for horror games.
I 100% agree. And the only horror game that we saw, what was that? It was Silent Hill F, and that got nominated for just a few. Still a good game, but at the same time, it doesn't have its own category. It's just, it sucks. And, I'm not saying a horror game can't be put up here. Like, again, you had Chronos come out. You had Tormented Souls 2 come out. You had, Silent Hill F come out. You had, it's like they could have put something together, even if it was your mix of indie and main horror. Because look what's in this Game of the Year awards, a few indie games, right? So it's like you could have easily had a category that has all that stuff, but
Stevie Mac is probably right there, and read what he says.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The one that shocked me that year when that game came out and it just got so much love, I say this: Vampire Survivors. That year, why wasn't it anywhere? I didn't see it anywhere, and it was one of the most addictive and popular games.
I didn't play it.
Out there that you've never played Vampire Survivors?
No.
Oh, dude, it's like crack. Once you start, you can't stop, man. You got to play.
But again, Survivors. but to that point, like why if you're not going to give a Game of the Year, at least give it a category, because it is a genre that has, it's always been around. Whether it's indie or AAA, it's like you're getting something each year from a horror game. So yeah, again, just like.
It should have its category, because while the Resident Evil game, Resident Evil is that franchise. I mean, that's the one that it has the notoriety. It comes from a big publisher. It's that one horror game that almost everybody kind of knows about.
Like a household name, yeah.
Because it has movies as well, and it has anime, and it has a whole gauntlet of stuff to go along with it. But when you take the smaller games, you take like the Fatal Frames, or you take some of these Outlasts, or some of the smaller stuff that's trying to break into that mainstream, they could definitely use a bit of a boost by having more eyes on with categories, right?
Agreed.
So, but they're not getting that. They're getting ignored. All these games come out every year. People play them, people love them, but they slide under the freaking radar. And again, it definitely should have its own category.
I 100% agree. Very well said. And but this reminds me, we're talking about like Oscars, like other awards. What happens at the Oscars? Horror always gets the shitty end of the stick. It's just like rock and metal in the Grammys. It's the last one to show up it's the last one to get invited to the party, right? And nobody cares about it in the big old people in the Oscars that are voting on these movies. They don't care about horror movies. And sometimes I feel like with some of these shows, with people that are invested, sponsors, whoever, they just don't really care about the horror genre as much. It's just not looked highly upon for some reason, and maybe it's just because it's grotesque or it's rated M. I don't know. Like all these.
The problem is because horror usually falls into a hard PG-13 or a rated R category, which means it has a very limited demographic overall. Exactly. I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how do you do a horror game that doesn't really, that you can actually get into, say, like something that everybody can play, unless you're going to water it down and make it a horror game that's like Fortnite or something, like cartoon,
right? Or you have your what's that one called? Like your Phasmophobias. I'm not saying anything against it. I'm just saying that's more of like anyone can jump in and play that, but that might have got nominated for like a multiplayer, because that's multiplayer kind of, because you're playing online. So that could have been probably nominated a few years ago. But again, it's just like the one. It's like your Silent Hill F to this show, where it's like it'll get nominated in like some, but it'll never have its own, which it's disappointing. But like you said, to your point, it's just it all depends on the demographics.
The biggest difference, in my personal opinion, as a person who loves watching horror movies and playing horror games, the difference here is a lot of the horror games are very, very well made, whereas a lot of the horror movies are not. There's a few horror movies that stand above and beyond, but let's face it, a lot of horror movies are They're poorly directed, poorly acted, very low budget. Like that's the problem. It's one of those genres that can get away probably with the most because again, it just depends on how you want to film it. I mean, remember how like the Blair Witch Project set the world on fire when it came out?
Yeah.
But it was really, when you look at it, it's like, fuck, like I have a hard time watching those found footage films. I did enjoy the Blair Witch Project, but I'm not saying that was a bad movie. That was quite creative. And it came out at a time where nothing really was done like that. But now you see a lot of people copy that, and so many of them are just so bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a genre that could either get really good highs or really low lows, right? Because unless it's a foreign horror film like Parasite won at the Oscars in 2019 or 2020 rather, you know, stuff like that, they'll give it to that. Or what they'll do is like when they gave Silence of the Lambs the award years ago, like early 90s, they called it a thriller. It's like it is a thriller, but it's also a horror movie. But they didn't want to call it a horror movie. They didn't want to give a horror movie Best Picture. So they tried to change it. So it's just like little things like that are scuzzy that they do. But you know, but yeah, as far as like overall though, like I'm not completely pissed at the Game Awards for the actual Game of the Year category. I just wish that like, you know, maybe we had your Indiana Jones in there, give or take. But you know, I respect them for still trying to put indie games in this big category, especially if it's Game of the Year worthy. You know what I mean? Because again, I haven't played all of these games to be like, oh, this is worth it. This isn't. This, you know, I'm not into all these genres either. Like I do like, I don't just play horror and say fuck it to everything else. I like action. I like all that stuff. But there's just certain things I just didn't get a chance to play, or just I'm not really into the style. But I do respect it. So
I hear you, man. All right, we're going to get ready to wrap this up. I mean, I don't think we got this wasn't even the award show. We already went over 2 hours just talking about the categories. So that just tells you, know, obviously I am excited for the awards. I look forward to it every year despite everything. They do need to shorten it up. But overall, like I said, I give full props to Keeley for one of the very few guys that, you know, tries to put a spotlight on the industry. Now, whether that's a skewed spotlight, it's still a spotlight. You know, there needs to be something. When there's 5 million award shows for music and 5 million for TV and movies, you know, why is there so few Game Award shows? I mean, obviously you got the Golden Joysticks. There's a few other ones as well. But this is the one that probably has the biggest spotlight. I think it's great, too. They're going to put it on Amazon Prime. If you guys missed that, that's cool. So not only on YouTube, but on actually a major streaming platform as well. That the quality should be pretty good on there, I would imagine. So pretty good year. I said, and the good thing is lots of great games in almost all the categories. I think if you played even half of the games here this year, you have had one hell of a year for gaming, and that's really what matters the most. And lots of fun stuff, lots of unique properties, some new stuff, some old stuff, some, you know, the predictable stuff. But it's been a good year for gaming, man. I've enjoyed the hell out of it, what I played so far, and I can't wait to see where things go for 2026 and beyond, especially with new hardware. Again, you know, typically just around the horizon here, certainly in the new Steam machine coming out, which I think is going to be, I think it's going to be a game changer, possibly. Again, a lot of it comes down to price and stuff, but that's a conversation for another day. But guys, thank you so much for your time. Sir X-Man, it was good that you could jump on here, brother. Always appreciate you. And hopefully we'll see you on Battlefield. Do you guys have any final closing statements before we wrap it up?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on. This was a cool little, you know, last minute jump on street, because I didn't even know they were getting announced today until, you know, Perry hit me up.
I didn't know until like yesterday evening, and I thought, well, I'm home today. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. And it was like I'd normally be working, but it's like, fuck, I'm off. I got nothing to do. It's early in the morning, so it's a great time for me.
Just to kind of, get it done.
And I didn't want to sit here and talk about it by myself. I was like, I get you guys on. It'd be fantastic. So.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Thank you, Newf, again for having us. And yeah, this will be, you know, we'll see. It's only in a few weeks away. Like the end of the year is coming close. So yeah, we only got a few more weeks in the year, 17th. Really.
It's like it started being November like a couple days ago. Like,
yeah, and now we're already midway through. It's crazy.
Speaking of, isn't the Indiana Jones game? That's coming down on Switch too, isn't it?
Next year, yeah.
They haven't. I wouldn't actually want to pick up a copy for the Switch too, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to come on a disc. It'll be one of those damn key cards.
Key cards, yeah.
Key card, yeah.
But oh well, what is what it is at some point. So, All right, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap the show. Hopefully, we'll see some of you online. If you don't have me added on the PlayStation Network, because I want to say PlayStation specifically, not that I don't love my Xbox, but right now I don't have a multiplayer service on Xbox. I don't have Game Pass, which means I can't play anything but the free-to-play shit right now, which kind of sucks. But I am on the PlayStation. So Newf Nukem 76, go add me and let's play some games. Looking for a squad on Battlefield anytime. So hit me up and let's go shoot some fools. Anyway, guys, have yourself a great day. Hope you enjoy the award show coming up in a few weeks. I'm sure we'll be back on some podcasts chatting about the results. And we get some new maps tomorrow in Battlefield too. Awesome. But we'll talk to you guys soon. Again, thanks to my amazing panel, Anthony, Perry, Sir X-Man for being here. And we'll see you guys very soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great time. And remember to game on.
Peace.